Hello everybody, welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here, joined by Shroomzy, Lotus, Scarp, Skenkel, as we're going to be heading on very soon into the tournaments, games coming up. But before that, the patch notes, the emergency patch notes were released. There were some nerfs. Actually, there was a lot of nerfs. There was one buff, one battlefield adjustment, though we'll get into that right at the end. But I'm just going to put it up on screen for everyone to see. We will be discussing the patch notes and the adjustments and how we think this is going to be affecting everything. So we will have that up and running for you now. As you can see, these are the heroes that have been nerfed and buffed, etc. We are looking at the first one being Xborg, right? So Xborg was the only hero in this particular patch who got that buff. It does say to us that with the Xborg that we're going to be looking at, what was the changes? They gave him that, let me just read it through for everyone to see. Which was, so Xborg's Fragga armor received a full upgrade. All the skills damage dealt to enemies in the overheat state, so obviously that's when he gets his full passive procced, is going to now be converted to true damage. So that is a massive change to the state of his passive. His passive is going to have that ability to just dish out true damage consistently, a lot more. The way I'm thinking about it, right, and I don't know what you guys think about it, but I was saying to myself, you know what, we can actually have Xborg dealing with these very meta tanky frontliners that's being picked up in the XP lane.
Yeah, I mean, overall, that is a massive buff. He needed actually, because before the buff, it was only the first skill that had the true damage in the overheated state, but now his ultimate also does true damage when overheated. And if you do that along with that patch he did receive in the season change patch, where his ultimate also drops Farraga supplies now, is a massive buff that he got. And I mean, myself as an Xbox player, that's something he needed, was an extra bit of true damage that makes him just broken. I mean, the extended team fight will go much more in his favor now.
Yeah, because I mean, we are existing in the sustain meta, so Revitalize is such an important spell. The heroes that are now currently meta have massive amounts of sustain. Your rubies, we'll mention one of those heroes because I'm sure it's going to be an auto ban, is Uranus, right? There was an adjustment to him in this emergency patch. But when we get into that emergency patch, we're going to talk about what they did, right? And whether what they did is actually doing something or anything. Well, we'll take a look at that. So that's Xborg. Xborg, as we just stated, is going to be massively important now as a hero because he does have that potential, the ability to deal with this sustained meta. Now, Kimmy, one of the many heroes that's being nerfed, right? So, as Mutan indicates to us, Kimmy is still a bit too dominant in the new patch. We have slightly turned down her mobility and the crowd control ability of her ultimate. So movement speed reduction from 255 to 245. A bit of a movement speed reduction, though I wouldn't say so significant that it's noticeable. I didn't really notice it myself. What was noticeable was the slow effect adjustment on her ultimate. 75% down to 50%. Now, slow effects, right, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated CC abilities that you get. I mean, we all think about the hard lockdowns, your suppressions, your stuns, right? But slow effects can be very devastating in the course of any match.
Well, shame, poor Kimmy. I mean, her buff didn't stay long. She just recently received love. But yeah, bro, just to add with that slow effect, I mean, that it does come in very devastating, especially when you have like your tankier lineups that can sustain your damage. I mean, with that slow, that allows your team that extra follow up onto that hero. I mean, even high mobility heroes as well. So yeah, it's a pretty much a costly nerve that I got onto Kimmy.
Yeah, I agree. So moving on, after Kimmy, the next nerf, right? Because we're just going through a series of nerfs, is Kalia. So Kalia was the next nerf coming through here. The adjustments made to her was mainly on her ability to heal. So HP recovery drops from 120 plus 10% HP, total HP plus 20% total magic power down to 40 plus 10% total HP plus 60% total magic power. So the percentage, the additions, the scaling, shall we say, did not change. It was just the base recovery, 120 down to 40. This means that Kalia in the early game is not going to be as effective as previously. Jungle invading, poking, that poke potential is going to be drastically reduced. Because, I mean, that is quite a big drop, 120 to 40.
That is true.
Take this guy notice.
No, I just want to say that is true. I mean, definitely from 120 to that 40, it's a bit crazy, especially when you think about how sustainable Kalia was, and now they're trying to make sure that she's less sustainable.
And the major change was made. Personally, Kalia XP is completely dead now. So that base healing in the early game, she could 1v1 most heroes in the early game and sustain through everything and end up with a kill on the board. So I think with this change, Kalia XP might be dead. Still valid in their own position. I mean, that Tsunami Slam is still game changing.
Agreed. She has. I mean, this nerf was necessary. She's got so much of skills. She's got the CC, she's got mobility, and then with the sustain on top of it, it's like, what more do you want from Aroma? Well, but anyway, moving on so we can get through the list quickly as possible, because we are heading on to the time where we need to get into the matchup. It's the Baxia nerf, right? Now, this, I wasn't... I'm kind of in a 50-50 mindset here. Early game. Big difference, right? Because basically it says that his final damage reduction, which used to be 25 at all levels, is now 15 plus hero level times 1. So plus whatever level he gets to. So he can now top out at 30. So his early game, definite big drop. I mean, from 25 down to 15 is a huge drop. It's the late game scaling, because now he's scaling into the late game and he's going to be even tankier than he was before. So I'm like in a 50-50 about this. I'm not sure whether to call it a nerf, whether to call it a buff, because of the different scalings. I don't know what you guys think.
So Baxia, exactly the same as Kimmy, bro. The buff that he received in the previous patch, not lasting very long. But I mean, Baxia is still a hero that needs to be respected. I mean, as you mentioned, this doesn't really sound or seem like a nerf. I mean, we did see one of the teams featuring him in quite as a fact as a roam player. And sustaining and then dealing out the damage as well. So, I mean, I don't really see this as a nerf. This is just going to mean that it's going to be more to a late game hero than what he was previously.
Because, I mean, Baxia is your perfect anti-heal hero. That's what he's designed to do. I mean, you don't have to even really build dominance ice on him at all. You just need to, that's his passive. That's how it works. It is what it is when it comes down to this, right? But anyway, so let's move on from Baxia, and we're heading towards the latter half. And it is, well, one of the famous heroes, sort of Muton yo-yos with her. She's buffed 1 week, she's nerfed the next. It's Joy. Joy got a big nerf. Her second skill took a massive pounding, shall we say, sort of like Bieber at a deli party. It was a magic bonus, 55% to 40. Am I allowed to say that?
If Rika was here, you would have said no.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a huge drop, that 55% down to 40. Is she still going to be viable, do you think?
I don't know. The thing is, so that second skill did massive amounts of damage, but that was the only change they made is to the damage scaling of that second skill. So I would say you definitely need to play a bit more safer with Joy after this recent nerf. I'll still do some massive amounts of damage, but you don't have that extra chase ability, because usually after you throw the electro beads and the duration is gone, you have your second skill up again, then you can just chase again and kill them. And if you think about this also, the recent change to the Stallium Scythe also was an indirect nerf to Joy. It now actually has a cooldown. So those two together, hand in hand, I think it might have taken it out as a meta. But I mean, it's like Hayabusa, bro. Even after the nerf, a good Joy player will still be able to make that broken somehow.
Yeah. Well, let's see if she's going to be part of the banning phase in the matches coming up. So the next one being banned out was Granger. I mean, nerfed, sorry, was Granger. So physical attack bonus dropping from 50% to 45%, where his movement speed while firing reduced from 15 to 10. But of a nerf, will this really affect things? Because, I mean, he does need a little bit of mobility, especially when he's firing. That slight change could make him susceptible to being caught out a little bit more.
And it also gives a bit more. It also gives a bit more breathing space, a bit to the person that he's chasing at times, because that movement speed while he is chasing you, while he is shooting at you, if he can just slow it down a bit, it gives his enemies a bit more free space to escape.
Agreed. And now for the Uranus. They said that they reduced his radiant stack damage bonus from 8 to 16 to 6 to 14, so 2 across all levels. Is this really enough? This hero is so broken with his sustainability. I don't know if this makes any difference at all. Like I was playing a few nights ago with some friends, and they were just spamming Uranus, and I'm like, what is this? 1v5 and a turret. And he's not dying. It just continues. He's just such a monster right now. So I have no words for Uranus. I think we should just leave it as that, because Uranus is just going to cause a whole bunch of problems. There is a bit of a nerf to Lapu as well. And so I'm just going to get through the rest very, very quickly. So we are heading into time where we do need to start this into the next matches. So Lapu's adjustments was damage reduction from 30% plus 8% per additional enemy hero hit to 20% and 8%. So a bit of a nerf. He's not going to be as sustainable as before, but as we've seen, especially last night with the Lapu plays, very, very deadly any which way, because he has the ability to both dish out damage and sustain through a lot. One of the nerfs I think will be significant is the one that we're seeing to Badang. So Badang got that extra 2 seconds on his second skill, and now that we're in the sustain meta, it's going to prove to be a little bit of a problem, because these team fights are lasting a little longer, and 2-second increase in your skill can be very significant. It's one of his major CC skills as well. And then finally, I don't know what Moonton has against 1-1. 1-1 just gets it's like perma-nerfed. Like every time they'll do one thing and then 1-1 will be back in the meta, and then suddenly it's just like 1-1's off the map. So her physical attack growth has been dropped from 9 to 7. But I'll be quite interested to see how this is going to play out in the current games, because I've seen quite a few people who are picking her up, shall we say. We have seen a bit more 1-1s than we've been used to taking a look at in recent times. But anyway, without further ado, welcome to the stream, everybody. We were going through so Don Ryu in the chat saying 1-1 does not feel nerfed. Well, I haven't tried her out, though as we know, Moonton will probably adjust that. If it doesn't feel nerfed, I'm sure Moonton is very glad that you said that, so they're going to probably nerf her one more time, because she's like, I think it's between her and Cho, though I think Cho's been nerfed more times than 1-1. You can Google it to double check. But anyway, without further ado, welcome to the start of the game. This is the MSA Cup. This is the Group E. We've got the teams ready in the lobby. We need to head into the drafting phase. I'm sure you're tired of seeing this grey beard of mine. You're not so tired of seeing Shumzi and Sean's more youthful beards, shall we say. As Lotus will blush for us on the side, and Dan Raya will laugh in the chat. about the blushing. But anyway, let's head into the drafting phase. We will have all of that up and ready for you right now. And let's go. As we will get Shroomsy and Scarpscankle, if you can lead us through the draft here. And notice you join me. The casting.
All right. So the
All
first
right,
band.
Just a
Right.
quick second before we start with that awesome Scarpscankle drafting. If I could just maybe ask one of my lovely co-casters just to screen. I forgot to log into the game.
Let me do it.
It's right. It's there. It's here.
All right, so Saint Dynasty getting the first ban. Mimic banning out Badang. Badang, he did get nerfed in the previous patch, but as we saw, he got that extra seconds on his skills back. Lucas being banned out as well as from the side of Saint Dynasty and Kalia. So, yeah, and the first spec, I mean, we did talk about Joy, and let's see what it does with that big reduction that she took. So let's see what Mimic can do with Joy into this matchup against Unite K9, a team that we haven't featured on our channel before. So if you're here to support the team, thank you for coming to join us here at Waylander Gaming.
Oh, but I mean, Mimic on that Joy is crazy. I've played a few times with them, and I mean, 85% win rate on Joy. That is one of the Joy players that I think will not be affected by this patch. And once again, there's the Lapu into the mix. He's still a deadly menace, and I have to say, Moba is one of the better XP laners in that regard, and along with Robin on that Tiger. So if they get caught out by that Flicker implosion, that will be devastating for the side of Unite.
Yeah, true. I just hope United K9 did do their homework coming against a well-experienced Saint Dynasty team. I mean, Saint Dynasty, they've never really left the scene in Mlbb. I mean, Saint Dynasty has had their highs and lows, but still a very, very strong team. So just hoping Unite K9 did do their homework against Saint Dynasty, as we do see Antonio banning out Hayabusa.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's St. Dynasty is one of those mountains you get if you go against them. They are one of the better known squads in the teams, and if you fix them in rank, you're already scared. So if the homework was done, that will definitely give them the opportunity. A bit weird on the banning phases, but I want to see what United's cooking. I mean, their draft is currently looking exceptionally well in the verse of 1v1 pickoffs, followed up by that Camilla. So both Leslie and Zask has the ability to melt down the enemy teams. And if they try to run away, you just throw the Cursed Blood, freezing everyone up. So I think that might be a lack of combination going into the game. And if you see something like maybe, I don't know, a lead into the mix, something with a lack of CC skill on top of that Camilla would be devastating.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that, I'm just a bit worried with Unite's single damage focus. I mean, we know Zask, well, he does a lot of damage onto a single hero, and Leslie as well, especially with as slow as attack speed. Look, granted, she has the range, but I mean, if you look at the combination there, it is single damage focused heroes. Yeah, I don't know. It's they need to pick up something that can focus on multiple heroes.
Agreed. I mean, overall, if you look at that, so Leslie with that true damage is a very good counter to the Lapu if she doesn't get caught out by either Lapu, Joy, Tigreal. So not going to have a very fun game, but if she can get fed, and their whole team comp currently relies onto their Carmilla and the Cursed Blood being able to spread the damage and turn that single target damage into group sustain. But one thing I'm happy about is seeing also this Teresa being picked up. That do you think that currently solves a problem, giving them a bit more team fight possibility, maybe?
Well, look, I'm loving the set potential that's coming in here from Unite K9 with that Cursed Blood, and if you can get Teresa to get that his combo, that second skill that you spam. That should resolve it to a degree. Just hoping. Okay, well, we will see an alpha as well. Yeah, it could definitely. I mean, if you can get that cursed blood into the right direction, I mean, your things can turn out deadly. But just looking at the side of Saint Dynasty at this point, right? You've got the implosion from Tigreal, you've got Lapu and the Joy Lapu can follow up with his stun, and Joy can just come in and finish the job with the electro beats. And then you get Jinx with the Lu Yi with that global ult. I mean, whew, is she? My question is she going to teleport the Tigreal everywhere?
I would definitely do that. I mean, if you are going into the Lord, you just teleport him outside of the base. He comes in from behind your team, second skills you, implosion play. Lapu just comes in with the bravest fighter, and then everyone is dead. That's a lot of follow-up damage coming out from some Dynasty. And Pupil and Koopa just being there as the pick-off option and split pushing option. So having a very balanced draft, but one thing I want to mention, Ling is very good in this regard, being able to backline dive, because that's something they lack. But this battle spell's coming out, Lu Yi on the sprint and Zask on the flicker. So no purifies for the Tigreal.
Is this going to, how shall we put this nicely, is this going to bite them in the bum when it comes to team fights? But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, enough of me and Shroomsy. We are going to be handing you over to the Blushing Menace, previously known as Lotus. Well, we will still call her Lotus. And to, the man himself, the man of the minute, Mr. Waylander. And let's go. First matchup, Saint Dynasty versus United K9 in a best-of-3 series.
Yeah, so welcome to the stream, everybody. I think my sound is a little bit iffy when it comes to the actual stream itself. We will try and get that sorted out for you during the pause between the games. But for the meantime, you get to hear both our voices, which will be Lotus and myself, as we head into the first match. As it was previously announced, in the blue corner we have Saint Dynasty, in the red we have United K9, and it is going to be the start battle of the mid lane, and it's Saint Dynasty with the faster wave clear.
So, quick rotation also coming out from this Louis, already going to this gold lane just to support the marksman for a bit. But what do you think about this Popple and Koopa pick?
Well, Popple and Koopa, not my favorite hero in the world to play in a 5-man scene, just due to lack of mobility. Though he does have skills where, firstly, he does counter the Leslie. A very hard counter to a Leslie, I must say. Also very difficult to gank because of the traps. It does add that extra degree, that different element, because he has the mobility. But there's an engagement here onto the Camilla. Nice push back there by Robin on that Tigreal. Camilla is forced to recall.
Good play coming out from Saint Dynasty, as the first turtle is already spawning up in 30 seconds. And this Lapu and Terisla, not much a person can say when it comes to the XP lane in the first 2 minutes, really.
Yeah, it's just the big old trade-off that we always expect to see. Mobichat up against Shiro. So neither of them level 4 yet. We are heading to 10 seconds. The final waves are coming down. They are going to try to engage on Terisla, but Terisla has that massive poke potential as he's continuing the engagement here. Yin Yang comes out from the Lu Yi just to force Terisla back, and so he's going to be a little bit delayed clearing his wave, so not going to hit that level 4 power spike as quickly as the Lapu. And Lapu, as we know, has been absolutely devastating. Joy dancing around there, gets the electro beats into the backline. Beautiful pick off there from Mimic.
Also doing a good job to make sure to have the number advantage for this next objective, but Ling is already into the fight.
Yeah, Ling with the Tempest of Blades in the backline, but that yin-yang combinations coming through from the Louis, setting up so much for the side of Saint Dynasty as they pick up 2 more kills in that engagement. They are creating the space now, starting this turtle up for the Joy to come through. Mimic that was a little bit low, will take that blue buff, get a little bit of health back into the mix, so that's going to be 3 kills to the good, and a turtle for the side of Saint Dynasty.
Oh, but Zask onto this Papa and Cooper, and Leslie manages to take him down.
Yeah, Nightmaric Spawn coming out underneath the turret. Zask has that ability to do some turret diving, realizing, and that's very good play there coming out from the side of United K9. They realized they couldn't compete for this objective. They knew that there was no way that they were going to be able to get that objective. So trade off. It's all. This is a game of trading. You know, you can't achieve an objective on one side of the map. Go ahead and achieve one on the other side.
When you said a game of trading, I immediately thought a very violent marketplace.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is a violent marketplace. It's trade-offs all across the map. So we're just focusing now here onto the gold lane. We've got the camp out going by St. Dynasty. Joy going for that Litho. Litho, as we know, such an important creature to get right now. Ling gets that, wants to re-engage onto the Joy. Joy doesn't have that second skill. Oh, the Cursed Blood does come out with the combination. Tempest of Blade. Ling picks up the kill. Only 2 swords. There's a Nightmaric Spawn trying to do some amount of blocking off there as nice positioning from the Zask. Gets that block off, but when the movement back gets taken down by the quick rotation by the Lapu. Implosion play catches onto 2 underneath the turret. St. Dynasty make them pay for that engagement there in the river. It was going so well for United K9. They did manage to take down the jungle, but a nice response there by the quick rotation from the Lapu, setting up that implosion play.
That is true, and as we can see from the timer, the next turtle will be spawning up in around 10 seconds. And this Terizla is having now a bit difficult time.
Yeah. Joy with the electro beats underneath the turret, but Tristan is still alive somehow. He gets taken down. Lapu is really low. There's the Tempest of Blade. Ling trying to dance around, trying to find the Lapu. Lapu trying to get this passive back up. He's sustaining. Somehow, there's the Cursed Blood. Will they get the Lapu? Yes, they do. Joy tries to go in on the Ling and dashes as he hits through the wall. Nice play by Mummic, but there's the response. It's Nightmaric Spawn. It's everybody dying. Meanwhile, Popple and Cooper does what Popple and Cooper does best. Turrets are plenty. Engagement into the backline. No Nightmaric Spawn available. There's another kill going the way of St. Dynasty.
It's a brawl all over the jungle today.
This is so aggressive. Penalty zone comes in from the Terizla. Lots of poke damage onto the Tigreal. Yin Yang once more in place. There's the second skill. There's going to be the penalty zone. Tigreal's going to try to escape. Camilla comes in there just to provide a little bit of extra protection for the Terizla.
I didn't think using the implosion play was a good idea to take down one Terizla.
Yeah, well, it was maybe a slightly defensive, shall we say. Lapu, meanwhile, on the bot lane, getting a solo kill onto the Leslie. So Leslie not having the nicest time. United K9, they may want to slow the pace of this game down. There's a penalty zone catching onto just the Popple from the Popple and Cooper. The Cursed Blood is in there, landing onto 3. There's no one there really to follow up. Tigreal into the backline as the CC, the control comes through. They take down 1. Will we see another? Yes, it is. It's 2 kills in the top lane, while Lapu causes big distraction here in the mid lane, pushing down. But as I was saying, United K9, they've got a bit of a late game composition. They may want to slow this down so that they can get their late game heroes to scale and be online.
That is true. They'll have to play a bit more conservatively and a lot less aggressively. But these Curse of Bloods coming out from the Carmilla, landing onto 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes it's actually beautiful to watch it. They just need follow-up now.
Yeah, her timing has been really nice. As Lapu is going to be in a 1v4 situation, but I don't know when a Lapu... Oh, the flicker combo comes through! But they managed to reposition themselves, the United K9, as Terizla trying to join into the mix. Tigreal got that implosion play available, and the flicker up and running. Robin trying to find the correct angle to try to get the engagement. Shiro just trying to protect this tier 2 turret, but the tier 2 turret has been taken down. So that's 2 tier 2 turrets already before the 8-minute mark.
And right now, past the 7.30 mark, it's already 12-4 in the favor of St. Dynasty. And they also have a 5,000 gold lead.
That's a big gold lead at this moment in time, especially with the fact that they do have some late game scalers like the Popel and Cooper. We will see where that gold has been distributed. Popel and Cooper got a decent amount of gold, but it's the Lapu who is like super fed at this moment in time. We will see the last tier 2 turret fall here on the top lane as we head to the 42nd timer. Just below that, as we will be seeing the Lord spawning up, or Lord, or as it's called now, the Raw. I'm sorry, right? If you're waiting for Scarpskenko to do, or Shroomsy to do that Raw, you're not gonna get it from me. We wait for them. They'll be coming up soon, and they will roar for us as loudly as they can. Terizla into the mix. Yin Yang's dealing with it. Oh, look at the flicker implosion from Robert. Oh my goodness. Tempest of Blade. It's going to save himself. It's just one left alive. The base is open. Poplar Cooper doesn't care about anything. They take him down just close to the healing fountain. This is a full team wipe. If I ever saw a clippable moment, that was it. They have the opportunity. The wave is in there. They could end this. This could be the fastest victory for any team. The Nexus is being knocked down. Will this be done before the 9-minute mark? It's 8:55. Oh my days. That's insane.
Well, that's Popple doing what Popple does. The ability from the Popple and Cooper to just burst down turrets.
Yeah.
No one should underestimate that again.
No one should. No one should. That was really, 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 really well done from the side of St. Dynasty. But anyway, let me try and fix the sound. As gentlemen, what are your thoughts on that match?
What a game. I mean, I have to say, beautiful team composition coming out there from St. Dynasty, and their player knowledge on each other is just splendidly. The follow-ups, you would not normally see from a team that hasn't played as much together. This is sort of a new St. Dynasty comp. But I have to say, I'm quite impressed. And that Lapu, bro, that Bravest Fighter is broken. Like, even after that nerf, he's still a menace.
Yeah, it's like Nerf. What Nerf?
Yeah, but yeah, Lapu just getting fed early on into the match, and yeah, like I expressed, Unite K9 not having multiple hero focus with that damage, that cost him the match in my opinion. But Saint Dynasty, oh my word, what a dominant finish, and well, record breaking time in the MSA Cup. Let's go, just before 9 minutes. This is going to be a difficult one to beat. So let's see if Saint Dynasty is going to chase their their own record that they just set. Will they be able to do this and take this in a clean sweep fashion? Or will Unite K9, well, saying, guys, let's go. Don't count us out just yet.
Before we continue, I just have to make sure, wasn't Mimic playing for Era 4?
No. He's got the
No.
Saints logo, I think.
Okay.
I think, but I'm sure the refs and stuff will take a look at it. We're just casting. That's what we do.
I mean, that was a fun match. But now the question is, do you think we're going to see some respect bans? I mean, that Lapu, along with Joy and stuff, something definitely that was broken.
Mm-hmm. Though I must admit, right, I did love the composition from the side of UC, United K9. They had that one of the underrated pairings, in my opinion, the Ling Camilla, especially when they used it. That Tempest of Blades works so nicely with the Cursed Blood because both those ultimates have a reasonably long animation time. And so while the Cursed Blood is still active, Ling is, and if he lands on someone positions that, he's going to get the knock-up, and that knock-up will be shared, at least as a stun, through that Cursed Blood. It's one of the more underrated combination plays there. And it could have worked in with the penalty zone. It was just that St. Dynasty had that early game advantage, and they took the game by the scruff of the neck in order to, get to the point where they were... really dominant early game performance. There was a few pick-off kills from United K9, in that early part, but I mean, you're comparing an early game advantage to a late game scaling composition. You're gonna have to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah, I mean, United, 3 late game scaling heroes with the Ling, the Leslie, and sort of the Zaz. Zaz gets online like mid game, but if they could get past like the 50-minute mark, I would have seen a game switch around. Lapu does fall off as soon as the Leslie gets full bold because she can literally 2-tap him before he can even go in with the bravest fighter. So that would definitely have been the game changer, but some Dynasty knowing their draft and ended the game before that can happen.
Yeah. That is true. So I'm sure we'll be heading into the drafting phase. Is going to be the second match. This time round will be Unite K9 with the first pick, first ban, and St. Dynasty second pick, second ban. Though I must say, right, and I'm sure you viewers at home, if you've been keeping track, because I'm one for the statistics. I kind of like statistics. It's been a lot of the teams who are in second pick who've been winning. But anyway, that we can always check that out and see whether that's true tonight. But over to you, Shroomsy and Scarfskanker.
I don't think the ref remembered to switch the first pick, because at this point in stage it seems like St. Dynasty will get that first pick once more, as we do see Camilla, the respect ban coming in through. St. Dynasty removing Camilla from their lineup, just saying, oh, we're going to be versatile, and Unite K9 banning out Joy off the bat.
So should we just, because I have the ability to switch this, I think we should get that sorted out, shouldn't we?
It would have been a fair matchup, because having the first pick again would put unnecessary advantage in their corner.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is, let me double check on the lobby every time. Let me get that sorted out.
But I mean, I'm already happy to see that 2 respect bans going in. That is something that was needed. I mean, there's a lot of respect from both teams that you need to have in that exchange.
What are they doing?
What are they doing? They're trying to switch sides, bro. Bro, just stay in your side. It's only MOBA Chad and Commandment that needs to switch. MOBA Chad was kicked out because he's slow, and I don't know what these oaks are saying though. I'll say it looks like we are finally set.
Now all the teams have to ready up, and then we can be ready. Go into the second drafting phase.
Now, my question is, are we going to see MOBA Chad's Paquito, bro? That Oaks Paquito is on point, so I really want to see Paquito on the XP lane flourish.
Well, I think if the Lapu Lapu is open, he'll probably want to take it again, instead of giving it to Unite K9.
Yeah, true.
All right, so apologies about that technical delay. We are back into the drafting phase. Unite K9 getting their first pick in this round with the way it should be, and sticking to that first ban that they had in the previous banning. Well, the 5-second lobby we had. Joy and getting taken out of the equation. No electro beats and no cursed blood.
But now the question is, we did see a very good comp coming out from St. Dynasty. Once again, the CAG gets scored out. I mean, Kagura is a menace if you have the skills to do that full combos. But Robin, being one of the better junglers in the server, having a massive hero pool, he does like to spam recently the glue in the roam as well as the Minotaur. So I'm wondering if we're going to see him play his mains, or is he going to stick with a team fight like the Tiger, or maybe something like that.
Well, we will definitely find out very soon. Zetian getting removed from the side of St. Dynasty. Zetian, even though she gets left open, she doesn't really get picked that much. I mean, this seems like she is being utilized as a situational hero, if I can put it like that. But Lapu getting taken out. So Unite K9 definitely respecting those heroes, but do they know what the St. Dynasty still has in their pool?
I mean, St. Dynasty has a massive hero pool. Mimic does have the Joy as his main. Hayabusa is also a very good hero in his hands, as well as the Lance. They have 2 Lance players in their arsenal, both being Mobichat and Mimic, both of them also being XP laners. There goes the Haya banter. I was wrong about the Haya. They're not picking that up. But there's also still the Arlord pick, which is very good. We have that... that Paquito in the Arsenal, Robin with a Balric Minotaur. There's a lot of options they can go for.
Son Finance picking up Zushin. Zushin being, well, still one of the most peskiest heroes to deal with when it comes to certain plays. I mean, as soon as she throws that lantern and displaces you, it is very difficult to get back to your play that you were looking at. As we do see Mimic picking up Arlord and Robin with the Guinevere. Look, I am very interested to see what this Arlord is going to do into this mix. Arlord, with this new patch, he does a lot of damage early game. And just going into the late game, I mean, Arlord is one of, well, it's a very favorite hero. I'm going to say this. So I'm very excited to see Arlord in this mix. But my question now is, with the Lancelot being open, will St. Dynasty pick up Lance?
I think that is definitely the option. I mean, Guinevere on the roam position is one of those unconventional picks, but it is one of your favorites, I know. Guinevere and the roam, a very niche pick, but if you can get that Violet to Requiem set along with the Arlord, because it's an interesting combination that Final Slash does a little bit of knock-up, so you can knock them into the Violet Requiem, and it's an automatic knock-up CC chain that they have. And I think the reason why Mimic went to the XP lane this time around is because Arlord is one of his mains that is open, and Joy was banned out. Lance is open, which is one of MOBA's mains as well. So that is something you don't see a lot. People swapping roles because they have better heroes to go to a certain comp. So that's us. I'm very proud of St. Dynasty going for that.
Yeah, as we do see a commandment. Irwin S picking up blue. Jim Kazama on the Clint. So Unite K9 definitely switching up the lineup than what they had in the previous match. Not going for those single focus heroes. I have to say, Clint, it could be a good pick, but it's all dependent on who he is going to play against. And it seems like a jinxed Saints with the glue. I mean, as you mentioned, Robin spams the glue, but nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting draft coming in from St. Dynasty. Very curious to see what they do as Uranus is banned out from St. Dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's interesting to see what lineup they're going to go for. A lot of single target stuns, damage, one-shot capabilities, as well as team fight capabilities coming in with only those 3 heroes alone. I mean, Selena, Guinevere, and Arlord can all 3 can 1v1 any squishy and survive through everything. And that Clint pick is also a very good pick overall. But if he gets countered by a long-range hero, it might be very devastating because he's a very burst-like hero. So if you can either out-sustain him with like something like a Aerith maybe, or outrange him, that will definitely be devastating. So it might be like, I would favor a Granger in this lineup for St. Dynasty.
For a real fight.
As we do see MOBA Chad banning out Kalia and Saru. That Y is so confusing. I wanted to say, is it the silent Y? Why is the Y silent? But it's just ignore me. So Unite K9 with the final ban, potentially the final ban in this best of 3 series. Very curious, but I don't see the skills being changed on the side of Saint Dynasty. So, this is let's see. At this point, I mean, we know that the marksman still needs to be picked up as we do see 1-1 gets removed. Antonio is going to potentially be picking up Brody. Brody is a good pick against the Clint.
Well, definitely. I mean, that's the range we were talking about that they needed to face it off against the Clint. So Brody is a menace in the laning phase, having that long range damage. So if you can't use mobility to get around his skills, is very, very hard to get across. And even in the late game stage, if you get a set with that final slash with a Brody with the torn apart memories, is also very deadly. But Antonio is showing us we were wrong. I mean, that Xborg pick is deadly. So they don't have a lot of backline die for Unite. So Xborg, I would say, is a very good pick, but they have to watch out for that Ling, because Ling is still open. And if they don't watch out or catch him out, that might be a game changer.
Yes, we do see Unite K9 is showing us Julian and Blue Rex still deciding on who he wants to pick up. I have to say, Xborg, not so much a good pick against the Clint early game. I mean, Clint does have that trap that he throws that gives him that extra mobility. So curious to see, but definitely mid to late game, Xborg is going to be a menace if Saint can, especially with the Selena. Selena can get a set in, and that violent requiem from the Gwen onto that mix. I mean, that's going to be a bloodfest. As MOBA Chad is showing us Fanny. So Phobius did get picked up, and Lancelot for the side of Unite K9.
I think Lance was definitely in St. Dynasty's ballpark to maybe pick up that hero. But well done by Blue Rex taking that massive hero out of the hero pool. You just have to watch out for that Arlord. Arlord can 1v1 a Lance, and he will win every time if you are not careful. Because as you know, you just second skill, petrify, second skill, final slash, second skill, and you're dead. And there's that Paquito I spoke about. So we are going to see a Paquito into the jungle. And that is very good. So Paquito's an unconventional pick, but I've seen MOBA on that Paquito many times, and especially if we play against a Fanny, Paquito is deadly.
Yeah, so Saint Dynasty going for a full fighter comp. This means that they are going to go for those kills and they try and push this. But the question is, will Unite K9 be able to sustain the damage that comes in from Saint Dynasty? Will they be able to survive those offsets, especially with that final sweep coming in from Arlord? But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. This is the second match in this best of 3 series between Saint Dynasty and Unite K9. Currently, the votes in full favor, well, not in full favor, but in favor of Saint Dynasty by 97%. So Saint Dynasty definitely going in as the favorites here. But without further ado, we are going to hand you back over to Blushing Menace and Mr. Waylander.
Welcome everybody back to the stream as we head into this matchup. I will say, based on the draft, I kind of like United's draft a bit better. They've got that Phobius there's so many dash heroes here that he's going to be dealing with. They have a nice combination going, good, decent frontliner in Glue. You've got Lance to get towards the backline. But at the same time, you can't really rule out Saints' draft. They've got a lot of vision that will be provided by that Selena. You've got the final slash, a lot of displacements, a lot of skills that go into that full barrage from the Xborg. So once we head towards the 5-minute mark, things might change up a little bit in terms of who is going to come out on top. But as always, Lotus, I'm sure you'd agree with me, it comes down to execution.
That is true. And I'm also pretty curious to see how this Guinevere roam fares, because Guinevere roam has a lot of, shall we say, poking ability. and it is a really strong hero own also. Seeing them in the row, I love it.
Yeah, as we did recognize, Phobius was going to be a bit of a problem. So Robin making that rotation there, just ensuring that they can actually... Oh, there's the displacement onto to Robin. He's going to be engaged upon here underneath the turret. Lance with the second skill gets the kill. Nice fast fingers there from Blue Rex, though it's not the first blood. First blood went to Mimic on that R-Lot, taking down the Phobius.
Beautiful coming out from the Arlet. But also, first turtle's already up, but none of the teams seem in a hurry to go there. They first want to gank this gold lane, give some extra support.
Yeah, just protecting. Nice camp out here in the mid lane. Well, we see the Abyssal Arrow on point with the Violet Requiem knockup. Paquito comes in there, takes out the Lance. There's a reason why we call that the Corridor of Death.
Do not walk through the corridor of death. Survival 101.
Once more, the give it up a poke. The split comes out onto the glue there as Abyssal Arrow. Not on the mark this time around. Lance second skills has to use the Retribution to stay safe. The Crimson Lantern committed by the Zushin as she drags everybody's back. Oh, the Violet Requiem into the backline. The flicker away. Lance, he's trying to get into the backline. He's gonna second skill. Doesn't have the damage quite yet. He's going in onto that Guinevere. Manages to get the kill, but there's the Phobius. We knew he was gonna come into the mix. We knew he was gonna play a part. But Arlott in the backline gets another kill. He's gonna get engaged upon by the Phobius. Phobius, knock up. Damage, knockout, damage. It's continuing. Nice stun comes out from the Arlott just to escape. Abyssal Arrow there just to ensure Paquito, he's got his combination going. But there again, this is Phobius. He's just having a fun time here. He's got Super Mario World for himself as he takes Mobochat down really low.
But the plays coming out from St. Dynasty just to make sure to support each other and to not sacrifice each other for the team fights. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, that's what a team is. You don't play with each other, you play for each other. You've got to make sure that your skills land in combination. Glue getting a bit of poke here onto Robin, just taking him down to half health. Lance once more onto this Litho, as Gwen will be trying to make sure that she can land that Violet Requiem combination. Paquito is quite low, Phobius, just waiting for the chance to engage. Glue's got that split to avoid the damage. Selena into the mix. There's the continuation of the engagement. They managed to take down the Zushin in the backline, but what a Violet Requiem there as a counter engage. Lance trying to avoid all the damage in. As Phobius, he's hopping around. He's so low. How is he still alive? It's Selena trying to get those straps out. Arlott chasing down the Lance, but then a Abyssal Arrow once more on point. St. Dynasty picking up the kills. But meanwhile, Ixia did get a kill in return on the bot lane in a solo engagement onto the Clint. Oh, no, it wasn't a kill. It was just a poke and chase back.
But this turtle's still not taken yet. Both teams are just dancing around it, trying to zone each other, but no one is committing to taking it just yet.
Yeah. It's been up and running for quite a while. Phobius once more engaging onto the Arlott. There's the grab onto the Guinevere. They are doing a lot of damage. Violet Requiem does come out. Glue is underneath the turret. He's gonna get stunned up. He's gonna get taken down. Unstoppable for Mimic on that Arlott. The fight continuing. Lance manages to avoid the ultimate damage coming out from the Paquito. There's the final slash in from the Arlott. He's dashing in and out underneath the turret. Oh my goodness.
So just 5-minute mark. Already 93 in the favor of St. Dynasty, and they already have a 3k gold lead.
Beautiful.
But Zushin gets taken down by the Paquito.
Beautiful camp. There's the engagement onto Glue. Violet Requiem lands, and St. Dynasty picking up the kills. They're putting the squeeze on right now.
After seeing this Paquito, I'm so happy that everyone else forgets about him when in rank season.
He's got a lot of burst damage potential, though he's not the best suited for the 5-man scene. Selena takes down the clinch. She's been landing those Abyssal Arrows one after one as Paquito, with that powerful burst damage we were talking about, goes in and gets another pickoff. Meanwhile, we did get to see the Ixia taking a turret there in the bot lane.
So good pushing from there, but the Abyssal Arrow just barely missing the mark on the Zushin, but already baiting out the ult.
Yeah, Crimson Lantern did come out from the Zushin there. Once more, nice camping position there from Paquito. He's got his skill set. He wants to go in for the full combo, just waiting for Lance to show his face. Yes, he's going in second skill to avoid the damage, but the Abyssal Arrow setup makes sure killing spree going the way of Mobichan. As now the engagement onto the Arlot. He's been causing so much a problem. He was on an unstoppable. There's the grab to pull him back in. They do get the shutdown, but Ixia full barrage into the combo, manages to get a return kill. It's the Phobius taken down. So XP for XP exchange.
Nice play coming out from the same Dynasty, but this turtle still up, not taken yet. And the first mid-tier turret of the game already taken down in favor of St. Dynasty.
Yeah, as a Glue was frontlining for his team, but the space was created. The mid lane turret has been eliminated. Once more, this continuous stun engagements from like literally everybody. But there, as you can see, there's the Abyssal Arrow coming out. Flicker and Crimson Lantern being committed to get back to safety.
And the kill coming in the top lane from the Paquita and the Arlet. But whenever you're just annoying this Glue the whole time.
Yeah, just no space to split push, no space to get out. That's the power of Selena. She gives the vision, and especially if you got one as good as Jinx, landing those Abyssal Arrows on point. I wonder what the accuracy rate in that is.
However, Antonia, at least having good map awareness, was about to be in trouble if that Zushin and Lancelot managed to rotate fully to the gold lane.
Yeah, with Arlot getting a kill in the bot lane, as on the top lane as the continuation is here. There's a Wild Requiem onto the Glue. They take down the Glue. Selena trying to chase the Lance down, gets the trap, gets the kill onto Lance. Zushin wants to airlift, wants to make sure that she pays for it, has the mobility so far, manages to secure the kill, however pays the price for it. It's a shutdown. Arlot once more into the mix, getting yet another kill.
As the minions in the bottom lane does take one of St. Dynasty's towers in the favor of Unite K9.
So Lord is up. They do have the ability to take it right now with the control that they have, St. Dynasty. They're opting against that for the time being. Ixia just going to clear. Oh, there's the Violet Requiem full combination going in. Glue didn't even have a chance to get that split off to stay alive for just a little bit longer. That's just a lot of damage coming through from the side of Saints.
That is true, and this engagement once again onto the Lancelot, just poking him down. But I'm surprised, it's already been 9 minutes into the game, and no one has even committed to taking one of the objectives, the major objectives.
Full barrage comes out from the Ixia, just forcing that Lancelot back. He uses that ultimate of his just to escape the danger. They do manage to take down another tier 2 turret. It's just the mid lane one, which we should expect to see falling very shortly. The shields are still up and will be up for the next 2.5 minutes or just below that. Oh, the flicker combination, Violet Requiem there into the mix, but there was no full barrage available, unfortunately. Arlot with the final slash trying to stay alive, but he's gonna get taken down. Now the full barrage is finally online, but Zushin managing to lift up the Ixia, dragging her close to the tower, and Lance with the finish off the double kill. He's gonna try to chase down the Selena. No, he's like, 2 is good enough for me. Meanwhile, Paquito seizing the opportunity, manages to take a tier 3 turret, but he's in a bit of trouble. The grab comes through as they manage to take him down. He did get the kill onto the Zushin, however. So, we made the best of a bad situation.
Yes, but St. Dynasties did overextend just a little, but Unite K9 did a beautiful job of capitalizing on that mistake.
Yeah. Once more, there's the Abyssal Arrow. Second skill from the Clint just to stay safe. Those Abyssal Arrows have been finding their mark with precision-like accuracy throughout the course of the game. Still, the Lord is up. There's the Abyssal Arrow we were talking about once more with the trap. Taking a fair chunk of health out from that to Clint.
The Selena plays that we get to see in the MSA is actually quite crazy.
There are some very good Selena players, though. I'd say Jinx might, with this performance, be favored to take to be the best in the land. As Glue with the split inside there gets the grab out, but he's going to be pulled all the way into the backline with the dash away from the Guinevere. Glue in a lot of danger. He's just going to get busted down once more as it's a 1-for-nothing trade-off. Once more, we should see an Abyssal Arrow coming out very, very shortly. There's the going into the mix. Manages to get back to safety. But Zushin says, over-aggressive, overextension. There's a pick-off kill going the way of Unite K9.
Beautiful play from the Zushin, and right now I think it would be better if St. Dynasty just goes for the Lord. If they want to end and not let Unite K9 farm too much, they have to end quickly.
That is true. Ixia is taking that first Lord on her own, as we do see Selena this time around dashed in a little bit too far, bit of more than they could chew, and pays the price for it. The Lord still being up. Ixia realizing I can't take this by myself. I need my team. Unite K9, they want to seize opportunity, but look at that from the Paquito, just bursting the Clint down. So no marksman will be available as we watching Phoebus engaging onto that Guinevere. Guinevere with a knock up onto 2. There's the Violet Requiem coming out. Lance trying to dish out some damage there, but Paquito, he's going to be chasing everybody down. Takes out the Zushin. Are they going to go in for the Lance? Lance, the knock up, cancelling his ultimate. Oh, the final slash with finality, sending the Lance straight back to the base as the split coming out from the Glue as they're trying to survive. Phoebus into the mix. He's knocking up. He's got that Super Mario combination going, but the shield. Look at the shield from Paquito. Yeah, he probably has that building towards that massive amount of sustain. Probably possibly picking up an Oracle, but oh, there we go. It's going to be a kill going that way. But it's the final slash coming through from the Arlot. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. The full barrage comes in here. The base is wide open. Zushin with a lifter. Paquito, he's going into the mix. They managed to take that Zushin really low. Paquito has to retreat. Somehow Arlot keeping his teammate alive. Lance dancing around there, takes out the Ixia. So the defense coming through from the side of United K9.
If I was the Ixia right now, I would think, Paquito, you've already gotten enough kills. Can we take the Lord now, please? I don't want to die again.
We are heading towards the 14-minute mark at this moment in time. The gold lead very firmly on the side of St. Dynasty. It's just around 5k at this moment in time. Bulls will be heading towards completion. We should be heading to the 5th, potentially 6th items for a lot of the players.
That is true. But right now, Unite K9s are doing a good job at defending. But the Paquito damage is just a little bit too much to handle at times.
So there's the engagement onto the Glue. There's a Violet Requiem coming out here. Abyssal Arrow once more onto the Phoebus. Glue is taken down. But Phoebus, he's got everybody grouped up. Oh, just couldn't get the knock onto everyone. Lance trying to get into the backline. He is dealing the damage onto this Selena. Selena somehow, with that mobility, staying safe. But it's going to be a good few heroes being taken down here. The continuation of the fight. It's unstoppable for Paquito. It's a 4-for-nothing exchange. The base is open. Lance is going to have to try to recall. He has the skills to try and save this base as they are going to be... Oh, he's just being chased away by the Ixia. Ixia gets the kill. Minions are going to be taking a base. It's going to be the Winter Crown play into the fountain as Glue will try to prevent this, but it's going to be game, set, match going away of St. Dynasty.
They could have ended that a lot quicker.
They were just having some fun.
Yeah. But anyway, well done to them as we will be moving on to the next match very, very shortly. We will have that pause screen up and running. But before we do that, gentlemen, what were your thoughts on this game?
Bro, I saw a new combination. and that is our Lord Guinevere. Oh my word! I mean, our Lord. I mean, we did mention it in the when our Lord was shown. Our Lord dishing out a lot of damage, and just coming in with those sets. I'm just wondering why Lotus's camera is off. But nonetheless, it's like a Guinevere when she does that second skill dash, just poof, missing.
Well, I don't see Don Rayo in the chat. Maybe that's the reason.
But Saint Dynasty definitely coming in this evening, not out to play, but out to dominate. So very curious to see what they are going to do in the third and final match of the evening, in the final best of 3 series. It is Saint Dynasty up against Exodus in the final match of tonight. So very curious. Streamsy, what was your thoughts on the match, bro?
Bro, as I said in the pre-match, Moba's Paquito is deadly, bro. That burst ability and the patience. So, of course, I didn't like them. They didn't focus any objectives. They went all in on the kills. But the discipline in some of those camps, bro. That Paquito, 4 people walked past him. He waited until the Clint walked up to him, bursted him down and ran away. That's like a hit and a run all the way. But Trakun was hiding in the bush.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us get the second lobby sorted out for you. It is up next, Exodus versus A to Z, or Z. Well, A to Z. Let's just flow it fresh like that, freaky fresh. But so please enjoy the intro. Watch your squad logos, and we will see you once we're ready with the next lobby.
retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weekend, harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. The pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a
Hello everybody, welcome back again to Waylander Gaming. It's Zoomzy, Lotus, Scarpskinkle and myself, Waylander, as we head into the second match of the evening. We have Exodus up against A2Z. The players are in the lobby as we watch Scarpskinkle preparing himself for the knockout punches that's gonna come through. I think it was all that Paquito action that got him all excited there.
It's like a whirlwind and it's stuck in my head and I can't wait to get this match started. So Exodus up against A2Z. Very excited for this matchup. We do know both teams are pretty much very strong teams. So let's see which team is going to clutch this out. There is some familiar names into this lineup. So very, very much excited. This is the second best of 3 series. So, like I said, Exodus up against A2Z. Let's go.
I mean, I'm excited for this match because one of the top XP laners, in my opinion, iMadness, is here. And I would like to see him on that Lapu or even that August. He was Global August last season, so killer plays coming out.
Yeah, actually a lot of familiar names from both teams, I would say. A2Z could be a potentially rebranded squad because I do recognize Travesty, Zuko, Jiren the Grey, very good player, also featured in quite a few games in the past, and features also in the live chat.
So with that being said, let's go into the draft.
So into the drafting phase we go. iMadness with a couple of extra Z's. I'm sure we'll get Lotus to do that Z part for us shortly, as it is Louis with the first ban. Come on, Lotus, say it for the people. Let's hear the Z's.
iMadness. Granger also banned from the side of A to Z. Actually, a funny fact is that the most popular K-pop band, At Ease, also derived their name from the letters A to Z. Hylos also getting banned out from the side of Exodus.
Interesting. Well, I know nothing about K-pop. I first thought it was a new type of cool drink, but apparently I was wrong. So, Lafu, Hylos, the bands, right? We will talk about cool drinks and K-pops later on. But it's Lafu, very, very good band coming through. Hylos as well is quite one of the more annoying roams, shall we say.
That is true. But, Zetian also getting banned. What I always see about the Hylos is around 2 minutes in the game, and all of his mana is already depleted. So that annoys me a lot. Lancelot also getting banned out from the side of A2Z.
Well, he's like a lot of heroes where you have to do resource management, shall we say. And as you mentioned, that Lancelot ban. Lancelot been very strong recently, so one of those heroes with that extreme burst potential, backline dive, has been quite strong in the meta right now. But what are your thoughts here on the going for the Hayabusa first pick?
I think there were better people to go for a first pick because, as you always mention, it is better to use a flex pick for the first pick.
Yeah, but Hayabusa, one of those heroes, very difficult to counter. So iMadness opting for that particular option, and Esmeralda to try to deal with Yuzong on the XP lane being picked up as a counter pick, along with that Xborg that we were talking about that just has that new buff to him. I actually want to see the buffed Xborg versus the nerfed Lapu Lapu, just to see how well those two fare up against each other. But I'm loving this Esmeralda pick. Esmeralda is one of my favorite heroes, even though I cannot play her for the love of muffins. But also Johnny McCain picking up the Sicilian. Yeah, McCain, like the chips. When he wants to go for that Sicilian pick. Sicilian was nerfed but there was I think it was about a season ago where Sicilian was, I would say, an auto win condition. But still quite strong. Has
Who said there
well,
are no
it's the
shortcuts in
skill
life?
of that.
I
It's that
literally
sanguine
invented
clause
one.
that has that ability to displace heroes from such a large range. So having a stun skill with a incredibly large cast range and can stun multiple people over a certain distance is still a very viable option.
That is true. Sicilian just has about everything that you want in a mage, but Florin also getting banned out. What do you think about that pick, Ben?
Well, Florin in our South African server does cause quite a bit of chaos, especially if you're going to pair up with an Esmeralda who just needs that constant sustain. It's been a while as well since we've seen the chip in the mix. You know, we were just talking
I've
about
been waiting
McCain's
for
chips
too
in one
long.
hand and we get chip on the other.
I don't think I've ever heard about McCain's chips.
It's you know the ones that you put in the oven. So this for you who are in the chat just goes to show how much of cooking Lotus has been doing. Not much ever. Yes,
So
Lotus.
Lotus, what Way is saying McCain chips is one of the well-known slap chips. Well, not slap chips, but crispy fries that you get. And as well as Burger King does McCain fries.
Mhm.
On fact.
That is
I grew up with my sister just peeling and cutting the potatoes and frying it in oil. That's how I grew up with fried chip or slap chips.
that's the best variety, I suppose, when you make it yourself. Heading back to the draft, we've got a double MM ban coming through. It's the Kimmy carry combination being removed from the equation, and Angela being picked up here can definitely work well with that Esme.
That is true. I have tried that combo before and it is devastating, especially because Esmeralda is also a sustainable hero. But what do you think about Leslie in the 5-man scene?
Leslie's still a decent option, though she might be countered a little bit by the Yuzong, by the Xborg, because both these heroes have that ability to get into the backline, and with a chip in the mix as well, he's going to be able to drag in those frontliners from pretty much anywhere once he hits his ultimate.
I did hear that there was a nerf on his ultimate.
There was. It's the reason why he stopped being a perma pick or perma ban. Though still a viable option. I mean, just dropped from being, say, S tier to maybe A or B tier in terms of pickups. So the final two picks coming in, Lotus, it's going to be Clint as a counter to the Leslie, and Lilia into the mix to deal continuous damage to that Esmeralda. Do you think Lilia is going to have the ability to burst that Esmeralda down? I'm not sure about that.
She can. She will just have to outplay the Esmeralda, and if she just stays with the chip, making sure to spam that second skill, because that second skill is what makes the Lilia so powerful.
Yeah.
So use the second skill to your full advantage without getting caught, then maybe you can do it.
That's true. That is definitely true. So we'll see how the execution of the draft goes. We've seen the picks from both sides, but let me hand you over to our two Vikings who are going to lead us into battle, and we'll be putting them in the front line because, you know, those are the people who die first, don't you say? What'd you say, Lotus? If we head into war.
Let them go.
Let them go. It's gonna be Skamskenkle and Shroogsy.
No.
Shame. Sis on you, Sass. So, welcome to Waylander Gaming. As we mentioned previously, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It is here where every match is war and every play makes a statement. Lock in, gear up, and let's get into it, oh Shroomsy. Let's go.
Yeah. That's a war cry. Let's go. But I'm interested to see this matchup. Both teams are solid in their own regard. But the two heroes I'm most focused on would be that Xborg against the Hayabusa and Leslie. So Xborg, if you can burst down that Faraga armor of his, which both are able to do, It's going to be a tough match for Xborg, but I have to give it to Zuko. Zuko is currently number 1 on our service, number 1 South African Xborg, and he's also reaching the global. He's currently global 90, I think.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see how this chip play is going to come out. I mean, as we know, currently if a chip uses the portal, he is seen when he uses it. So is this going to count against A2Z, especially when it comes to, you know, those sneaky set plays that you would normally do with a chip?
And especially with that clutch Lord steals, you can just bring your whole team to a Lord fight and then mass engage onto that. And he also has a delay on his teleportation now, but there's engagement from I Madness just dashing in and out. The level 4 from Zuko is on board, so they would definitely have to watch out for this engagement. Just a bit of poke back and forth. No team overcommitting, but check this camp from I Madness.
Yeah, so just before the 2-minute mark, currently gold in favor of Exodus as we can see the first blood going to Hayabusa as Lilia has been taken down from I Madness. Yeah.
What a play. And he didn't even commit the shadow kill, so shadow kill still up to get this Jiren caught out. There goes the shadows. He is under the turret, but what a clutch play. Just dodging everything. GG's to that Jiren the Grey.
Yeah, as Musashi does correctly saying, he is a global Xbox, not a global Xborg. But nonetheless, at the 2.5-minute mark, we do see the first turtle of this match is up. And it seems like A2Z is currently in a better position to take this first turtle of the match.
But now's the question, why is Musashi not playing? Cease, man, cease.
Yeah, so as we do see the engagement, second skill from Hayabusa has been committed. However, he gets the kill onto Travis T, but the Batch Feast has been committed from Cecilia. Will we see Ares getting taken down? Yes, sir! John McCain does take down Lilia. That is a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Exodus, and first turtle also going in favor of Exodus.
What a snipe from that Leslie. Beautiful rotation, just locking that ultimate barrage onto that Xborg, taking him down, sending it back to the PlayStation Store. So blue buff also taken by I Madness. What an early gaming engagement coming here from Exodus.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite beautiful coming in from them as we do see the second skill from Hayabusa onto the chip once more, but we do see the portal has been committed from a chip. The last insanity from Xborg has been committed. We do see the follow-up onto John McCain. Cecilian is taken down by the song. He's apparently still staying in that engagement, but we do see I Madness does get the pick off onto Xborg, but the fight continues. Will Yuzong be able to escape here? No, sir! Leslie Cashmere coming in, sniping the Yuzong. So, it's a 2-3-for-0 exchange.
Bro, this Leslie, they are making the mistake of feeding a Leslie. That is something you don't want to do. Leslie already 700 rand, 700 gold ahead of Jiren. So if they can get this Leslie fed early game, I mean, Zuko's going to have a hard time without that Farago supplies of his.
I mean, as we do see the ultimate snipe coming in from Leslie Xborg, just blocking those final 2 shots. That could have taken down Chip comfortably, but Xborg just coming in to save his teammate. The next turtle of the match is up in the next 8 seconds. This is all. Who do you think is going to take the second turtle? Currently, it seems like Exodus will be going for that positioning.
I would definitely say Exodus has a free time to take this turtle. They just have to watch out for this Chip ultimate coming out. I mean, they have the Yuzong and Zuko. There's a full last insanity not committed. It was a shadow kill that took down Travesty. So that's the problem solved. No Chip ultimate for this turtle. This will be a free turtle for Exodus.
Oh, Leslie off screen on a killing spree onto the Clint. Leslie currently having a very expensive evening so far, you know, or shall I say quality, as Kashmir is known for.
And that's that Chip. We saw that he is shown on the map as soon as he teleports. So Leslie knowing to stay safe. There's a flicker coming out from Chip. Leslie's caught out. There's Zuko into the mix. Black Dragon Form also committed. There's a hard card, just keeping Leslie safe. Shadow Kill into the mix. Esmeralda also dishing a lot of damage. There's the last Insanity. Can he get the kill? No, he gets caught out. Leslie gets a mega kill. What engagement. Jaren in a lot of danger. 1 snipe, 2 sharps, 3. There's no fall.
Double kill going to Kashmir as she does finish the job on Yu Zong. But Boxy just coming in to finish the job onto Lilia. So at past the 6-minute mark, it is currently a 7k gold lead in favor of Exodus, and as well as 11 kill advantage with the map control in their pocket.
I mean, Exodus having a beautiful, beautiful early game, focusing the correct objectives, the correct kills. And they're currently focused on to this mid lane turret. I have to say, GG's to Baxia on that Esmeralda. That falling star moon coming in clutch each and every time, changing the whole course of a team fight.
Yeah, so Yuzong just gets left alone to focus the bot lane, but the shadow kill comes in from Hayabusa, taking down Chip as well as the Clint. So 2-for-0 exchange going in favor of Exodus. Going for that jungle invade onto the blue buff. I mean, A2Z, they need to slow down this game just a bit. Just a bit if they want to contest this, as we do see the engagement onto Yuzong, but the Black Dragon form has been committed. Oh my word, this Leslie is doing so much damage. That was 2 shots onto Xborg, and pretty much the Faraga armor has been removed. But Esmeralda onto the backline, onto Yuzong with the Angel on top of her. She will be able to stay this one. Please don't catch them. Yes! Killing spree going to Boxy. And the third and final turtle has spawned up. Hayabusa not done yet, getting the kill onto Lilia, and finishing the job onto Travis T with the chip. So that is a 4-for-0 exchange going in favor of Exodus.
Bro, that Zuko got so lucky. That daggers of Hayabusa barely missing him by a hairline, and that was crazy. But Jaren the Grey not watching the map get scored out. So that's another kill down. The last turtle of the match is up, but they can just wait, reset it, take the Lord. It's already at the 8-minute mark, but it doesn't seem like Our Madness is watching that timer.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for the Clint, the ultimate snipe coming in from Leslie. He was trying to recall, but then ultimate snipe just giving a vision onto him, and Yami, bro, let's keep it PG rated and keep it friendly, please. No toxicity on our channel. But nonetheless, back into the action as we do see Exodus is trying to get that pressure onto A2Z.
I mean, Exodus having a brilliant game. There's Hayabusa once again into the mix, but does not commit everything. Falling Star Moon on to 4. There's Our Madness with a shadow kill. He gets a kill. Cecilia got the kill. There's a double kill to Yuzong into the back line. But that push back from the Leslie coming in clutch. They're going on to him. That's another kill. Mega kill for Esmeralda. 3-for-0 exchange in the favor of Exodus.
Yeah, all of that started under the tier 2 turret. We do see the minions coming onto that tier 2 turret, so that should be another tier 2 taken in favor of Exodus. But nonetheless, John McCain with the Sicilian coming in clutch with those sanguine claws and just allowing Hayabusa to jump in onto the backline. I mean, quality plays. What a combination coming in from these two. You can see the comms and synergy is alive tonight. However, will A2Z be able to get the discipline and defense running up here and turn the tides? I mean, it ain't over till the cookie crumbles.
I mean, they're having a splendid time so far. That's all the tier 2 turrets down. 2 Holy Shields already proc. The Lord is up in 25 seconds. And I have to say, the builds are looking fairly favorable for the side of Exodus. That Leslie going now for that Endless Battle. If she gets Endless Battle, maybe even a second BOG, that would be game changing. Boxy charging up the Falling Star Moon onto Clint. There's the hard guard. But, what a beautiful repositioning coming out from Jaren, just saving himself. Ultimate Snipe already took in a lot of danger. Esmeralda sustaining through everything. There's the chip with the portal just to zone out the enemy team. Esmeralda tower diving, Sanguine Claws, gets the kill. Shadow kill onto Chip, but he's caught up. Our Madness, what? Fasting this. Yuzong continuing the fight, he's looking for kill. He's out for blood, but Madness just going back to the shadow, and Leslie getting that kill onto Yuzong. What a play. 3-for-0 for Exodus.
Madness is definitely fast on the finger work there, especially with that second skill and dashing between the shadows. Boxing with the Esmeralda currently into the base. We do see the Sangman claws onto Jiren the Grey. We do see the hard guard has been committed onto Esmeralda. Oh my word, Tier 3 turret has been taken down, and Hayabusa will start the first Lord of the match. Let's go!
Bro, there's something. So, I have to say, they definitely start respecting this Esmeralda and the Angela. So, there's only currently one anti-heal, and that's on the chip. So, I would like to see ATC maybe picking up a second or even a third anti-heal item to combat that Esmeralda, because she's just free farming. As you see, she's tower dives, goes into the base, and gets everything done. And they don't have anything to stop that Angela hard guard onto the Esmeralda currently.
Yeah, well, look, I am going to agree with you. I mean, especially when you play against the Esmeralda and the likes of an Angela, anti-heal should be your first prio when it comes to itemization. Let's go. Just stop for a moment in the house as we do see Exodus is into the base. We do see the Lord will focus onto the Nexus. Will we see that barrage onto it as Kashmir gets the kill onto Glenn? Xborg responds by taking down the Esmeralda. Oh my word, Travis T solo double kill coming in from Leslie, but the shadow kill is into the fountain. But Yu Zong and the fountain does eliminate Hayabusa.
Bro, this Leslie doing a lot of danger. Zuko going there, overextending, but what a kill there and repositioning. But check that damage, taking out that Yu Zong in 3 shots. I mean, oh my soul, this Leslie, bro.
Yeah, currently a 3-for-2 exchange. However, Lost and Salary has been committed onto Exodus, but the immortality has been blocked. Well, we saw, unfortunately, no surrendering clause for the Sicilian, but we do see that focus onto the Nexus. And Exodus picking up the first blood in this best of 3 series. Oh my word. If I'm to judge on what I just saw, right? The final best of 3 series is going to be so entertaining. So, viewers, please stick around and let's see what happens. But nonetheless, will A2Z be able to come back here? Will we see those respect bands? Or will Exodus put on another dominant performance and take us 2-0?
Oh, bro, I mean, overall, well-deserved win. The amount of pressure they put on, I mean, HGZ did not have an answer. There was no, hard lockdown, except for maybe the chip ultimate, which has been cut short. The stun isn't as hefty with a slow as it once was. That was also one of the nerfs it got. So, beautiful engagement. They did not have an answer to that hard guard, bro. No anti-heal, one anti-heal, but they were so behind on goal, they couldn't catch up. But if they'd got to the late game, it might have been a different story.
As we do see Mika saying casters are having a blast. So Mika, indeed we are. Way and Lotus, what did you think about that match? What's your thoughts?
Well, I would say this match was rather like a reminiscence from the first match of Saint Dynasty versus the other team, Unite K9s. Just full dominance from the beginning to end. So, I mean, they were 27-3 in kills alone. The goal difference was extremely wide. So, it was a lot of dominance, and HSV struggled with dealing with that.
Well, they got those early game pickoffs as they were camping out very beautifully in the early part of the game, putting pressure, catching the team on the rotation as they were moving back. That corridor of death proving to be exactly what it is, a corridor of death. So quite a strong showing in from Exodus at this moment in time. So we're heading into the drafting phase. Let me just get that up and running for all of you, and so we can all see what is happening. It's, well, the Hayabusa being banned out first. Any surprises there?
But next time that you do the Waylander Gaming Academy, I think one of the main lessons will have to be beware the corridor of death, because we see a lot of teams making that mistake these days.
Yeah, well, it comes down to the pressure of the situation. So when you're playing custom games, ranked games, classic matches, it's a very different feel of pressure
Where there is
compared to
light,
what it's like when
there
you're
are
on the
also
stage.
shadows.
As we just take a look at the bands very quickly, Lotus, it's
Thoughts
Kimmy,
remain
Lu Yi,
should petals fall.
Lapu, and Lancelot. That's our almost full set of bands.
Well, a lot of very strong bands coming out from the side of A to Z, but Exodus,
Crowned by
that
heaven's
CC
mandate,
coming in
my
and the
legacy
mobility coming in
shall
from the
endure.
Matilda, that makes sense of wanting to ban them.
Matilda is a very strong utility kind of roamer, and so just removing the Matilda early prevents certain types of combinations. She works well with the Alpha, she works well with the Fredrin, she works well with even the Xborg as well, you know? So it's nice to get rid of. What can we see Zetchian as the first pick?
Time.
Well, Zetian is actually a pretty strong hero. The thing is, she's pretty strong also when she's paired with someone with more CC as well, like a Belleric, a Minotaur. Those pair up pretty nicely.
Yeah. So Leslie changing hands in this particular drafting phase. So it was on the side of Exodus first. Now it is going to be A to Z. Jiren the Grey locking onto that Leslie. What do you think? Will that maybe be the tipping point for them? Because Leslie did hard carry in, well, hard carry, but did really, really well in the first game.
That is true, but the thing is, Exodus is going to be careful of this Leslie. They know what she can do, and they're probably going to make sure to keep that farming from her prohibited as much as they can.
I'm liking this combination coming out from Exodus. It's the Minnow into the Fossa into the Lucas. That is a deadly trio, because you got Minoan Fury, Unleash the Beast, Feathered Airstrike, and that can be very deadly. Because, I mean, you've got Sustain, you've got CC, you've got the burst damage. What are your thoughts there?
To be honest, I love that combo, and recently a lot of people in MSA would agree with that combo as well. But what do you think about this Joy ban?
Well, it's mainly to make sure that you don't get to have that backline dive for the Fossa, because when she does hit that Feathered Airstrike, she is vulnerable.
Horology
Because
is my
her
craft.
damage will be
Dicky
dealt in
is my
one
name.
position. When you have these heroes with high mobility and can dive the backline, she can be a little bit susceptible to that.
True. Also, Diggy getting banned out, so from what I understand, Diggy is also a counter somewhat to the Minotaur.
Yeah, he's Diggy. We haven't seen a Diggy play in a very, very long time, but Exodus going for safety first, saying, you know what, this is going to be one of those heroes that's definitely going to affect a CC draft, a set or team fight heavy draft. So they want to get rid of that Diggy, so they can continue with, as you can see, picking up those
Therefore I am.
high CC heroes.
Cho is not someone that we can see very often, but Nolan getting shown by the side of A to Z and Travesty just flashing that Hylos for a bit. Hylos is, like you said, an annoying hero to deal with. Just extremely pesky, especially in that early game when he's hunting the marksman in the enemy jungle. I think most of the players will understand that sentiment.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Got that annoying slow, like we were saying in the when we had that discussion about the patch notes. Slows are one of the most underrated CC effects.
That is true. So, one of the underrated items as well with that slow topic is the Ice Queen wand, because it just gives that a slow effect, but also spell vamps.
And the Starry Night.
Yeah, it does. It does. Spell vamp with that, as we see Gushin being picked up as the final pick there by iMadness. Not often we get to see a Gushin, not a Gushin especially into an Xborg, but he can, if he gets that snowball potential going, have that, as we say, shotgun effect, where he'll be able to burst out that Frogger armor. But that is the drafts for you as we head into the match. I'm just going to check if Scout Shumsy, you are ready.
Oh, we are ready, and as always, ladies and gents, our gamers and goats, welcome back to the Waylander Gaming. As you know, this is the channel, all your action, the plays are spicy, and you know, the commentating is chaotic. I mean, that's where you love it the most.
Yeah, and that's right, Shroomsy. And you know what? All of them, you are stuck with us again. I'm Scarpscankle here. Well, with my chaos friend himself, Shroomsy, and we're ready to witness either greatness or glorious disaster.
I mean, either way, whichever it is, it's going to be great content, bro. I mean, we are about to kick off with a match, and I have to say, there's a few changes coming out, and I have to say, we do see no marksman here for the side of Exodus.
Oh, this could come costly in for them, but I mean, the only thing that's more cracked than the players is our commentary, bro.
I mean, on point, bro. I mean, we are the dynamic duo itself, so what else can you expect?
Hashtag deleted.
Hashtag anyways. So this Joe doing a beautiful job already cutting the lane. So this is something you would expect from someone playing a Joe. Just cut the lane and be an annoyance around the map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be looking at this Joe quite closely. I mean, he is currently doing a lot of damage onto Hylos, but I mean, this is as we do see the second skill from Minnow onto Xborg as that Faraga armor has been removed from Xborg. So Exodus would have a great time on this litho.
I mean, there's a free litho going to Kashmir. One thing you don't usually see is the side laners focusing onto that triple neutrals. The XP crab, gold crab, and the litho. People like the litho that leave the side lane crabs, but after this buff, you can have your XP hero on level 5 before the first hit.
As we do see that engagement onto Hylos, as Hylos does use the Revitalize just to sustain, but the flag coming in from Gushin onto the Hylos. Xborg currently chasing Minotaur. Well, we see it, yes, that actually was used on John McCain, and Xborg does finish him off with his flamethrower.
I mean, I love seeing Gushin. Gushin is one of the best heroes. There's the last insanity onto Shaw, but the flicker clutch coming out. There's Gushin with the 1-2 dead. And that's another kill for the side of Exodus. Well played with this rotation already. Kashmir starting the turtle up, but I just saw this now. There's roll swaps coming out. Kashmir on the XP lane, Boxy the jungle, and John McCain went from mage to roamer.
Yeah, this is what is that? Oh my word, the day start coming in from Boxy. I imagine for the killing spree onto Hylos. I just wanted to make sure because these things are quite confusing between Zethian and Faza. But Yuzong picking up the kill onto Minotaur. However, we do see Kashmir with the Lucas onto Yuzong doing a lot of damage, and Yuzong does escape the clutches. So just before the 3-minute mark, gold slightly in favor of Exodus by 200.
200 gold is not a lot, but if you see at the gold distribution, it is going firmly in the favor in where you wanted. One of the junglers and the Chow having a very good gold lead.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just a bit worried. I mean, the Chow being in gold lane, especially up against the Leslie. Leslie should have the range and advantage on him. Should he not be able to close that gap? But as we see that, we do see Minotaur and Faza coming to the bot lane. Will we see this play on to Leslie? Leslie playing it safe.
Oh, bro, if he can get that flicker with the Way of the Dragon in set, just with someone to follow up, it will be deadly. And, I mean, after all, you are looking at a child damage. So, if Leslie gets caught out, if anyone gets caught out, they will be deleted.
Yeah, that would be that Kung Fu chopping. And everybody was Kung Fu fighting. And Chao
Ha!
was lightning. But nonetheless, we do see the rap coming in from Exodus. Will they be able to catch Yuzong here? We do see Madness as a feather airstrike coming in onto Yuzong. And John McCain does finish the job onto Yuzong.
Oh, bro, he was so CC'd up. No chance to use that Black Dragon form. And he did commit that Petrify very early. But meanwhile, at the top lane, 3v1 against the Chow, he gets taken down. And that's a full gold shield going in favor. But the turtle will be uncontested in the hands of Exodus.
I have to say, this matchup is not so one-sided as the previous one was. As you can see, Xborg gets the first tier 1 turret in favor of A2Z. So, as Exodus gets the first turret of the match.
Okay, there's also a beautiful invade coming out from that Gushen. This Gushen, bro, if he gets there's a 4v1 situation, but Black Dragon form getting committed. There is the glorious pathway, Xborg onto his heels. He's riding the horse into battle, and there's a feathered airstrike just zoning everyone out. Braga armor is about to pop, but there goes the last insanity into the fury of the Phoenix. Gushen is very low, but there's Jared the Grey. Will he get the kill? But no, there's Cashbear gets taken down. Way of the Dragon onto Jared. His one shot, and he gets deleted. But the fight continues. There's the Minoan Fury onto 3, but not enough damage as Eris gets a follow-up kill. It's already a 2-4-3 exchange, and it looks like Exodus is once again going on to that Yuzong. But wow, one shot, and he gets taken down.
But Zetian with the return. So, I mean, that was pretty much a 4-4-3 exchange, but Exodus not releasing on that team fight. But nonetheless, we do see a turret taken down. Chow does get a triple kill, but we do see the shutdown coming in from Leslie. The ultimate snipe onto Minnow, but Hylos closes the deal and stuns up Minnow and sends them back to the base.
Bro, I didn't see Leslie rocking a Purify, my guy. What a GG plays coming out there from Jared and clutching out, stopping the way of the dragon from killing her and knocking back that Shah into oblivion. So great plays coming out from A2Z. This same A2Z we saw once again the 3v1 situation in the bottom lane. Cashbear does fall back. Black Dragon has been committed, as well as the Unleash the Beast and the Feather. So it's a complete utopia going on here.
I don't know how you want me to follow up on that. I mean,
there's even a Minotaur, bro. So it's the Zootopia versus the mythical creatures. I mean,
all right, A2Z currently in a good position for this Lord, but look at Madness on the Gushen, getting that damage onto Zetian, but the glorious pathway was committed, just close down the gap and force back Exodus, but it doesn't seem like Exodus wants to retreat from the turtle. I mean, look at this, they have the numbers here. Let's see how this fight does now. Oh, the feather start coming in from Faza. Oh, but Zetian's ultimate loss insanity has been committed. Oh, Cashmere unleash the beast onto Hylos, and Jared the Grey has been taken down by Chow. Oh, and the follow-up is coming in. Will the Minnows be able to catch Xborg here? Ooh, the Troll closes the gap way of the dragon, and Zuko in the Xborg gets deleted.
oh, bro, Joe's not done yet. He's onto that Yuzong sustaining to everything, but Caspian with the follow-up. Bro, this is killer plays coming out from both teams. But I have to say, definitely Exodus winning that exchange. A massive extended team fight coming out from both teams. And the clutch game coming out from Exodus. Will Eris be caught out of position here? That's the question.
As we do see, Xborg is here to commit here as the feathered airstrike coming in from Faza. Xborg, strong armor, gets taken down. Zetian returns with the Phoenix Blast or whatever that is. My bad, I lost it. But nonetheless, I mean, to me, right, the team that's going to win the first Lord battle is the one, the team that will be able to set that advantage and the note on here in this matchup. So 8.5 minute mark, 2 kills advantage in favor of Exodus and a 3k gold lead.
This Fars are doing a very good job to just sending everyone out. And there's the Black Dragon form committed. Casper into the mix. The feathered airstrike onto Travis. He's doing a lot of damage. Cushion into the mix. Last instant, he's onto the battle line, but not doing enough damage. But John is not done yet. The Petrify was committed onto Natalia, but no avail. That's a 1-for-nothing exchange heading into the hands of Exodus.
Yeah, as we saw, Leslie did get that vision onto Chow in the enemy, well, in the jungle. So proper using that ultimate snipe. Not sniping, just said, as we do see the last insanity from Xborg is committed defensively. Feather shot coming in from Faza with the flicker, but Vision comes in and finishes off. Double kill onto the Citian. Minotaur, John McCain coming in to save High Madness. What plays 2-for-nothing exchange at this point for Exodus?
Bro, that cushion moment. He waited for them to run back into their own tower, and then he just pressed the button, came flying, and he went, cha blades everywhere, and then he went down. I mean, bro, that's the reason he has a King of Fighters skin, because he's just dancing around, kung fu, zing, 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 everywhere.
You just had to pop the zing, zing, zing. As we do see the feather dash strike onto Xborg, and the Way of the Dragon was committed as well. But Minotaur picking up the kill and finishing off Xborg. So Xborg not having a pleasant time, not being able to just farm up. As we do see Hylos gets a stun onto Minnow. John McCain is currently taunting them. But we see the engagement continuing years on into the Black Dragon form. But we do see that Unleash the Beast coming in from Lucas, but mega kill going to Cushion. Cushion getting saved once more. Feather air strike into the mix. Oh my word, all of this happening right in front of the tier 3 turret. We will see that minion coming in and blocking that shield. So the shield has been taken down in mid and bot lane. First Lord has spawned. Let's go.
I would definitely go for this Lord. I mean, all the early shields are down. If they take this Lord in the hands of Exodus, they have the opportunity to close down this game. And one thing I have to say for AGC, they need to do a bit of a positioning to re-engage rather than first engage, because they have the Xborg with the last insanity. There's the Fury of the Phoenix in Zetian's hand. Being able to cancel Faza's ultimate, as you know, as long as stun up the whole team. So if they hold all their skills for the re-engage, they will be able to win the team fight. It all comes down to discipline. Here's the campion onto Dynasty. John McCain just scouting out everyone. Minotaur is pesky after this latest buff he received.
Oh, bro, I mean, that is so correct. I mean, that Fury of the Phoenix of Zetian, I mean, like you mentioned, bro, this is all going to come down to discipline, but Exodus is doing a great job of
Old school.
I lost it, but just to break out those skills, I need to top up on my English airtime after this match. But nonetheless, we do see the Lord trying to get onto the tier 3 turret as he does charge up, but the shutdown kill coming in from Zetian onto Gushin. The glorious pathway has been committed defensively, but oh my word, they do continue. Leslie gets a kill in return, and the last insanity was committed. But Faza just saving Lucas at this point of stage. Chow does get a tier 3 turret in favor of Exodus. So that's 2 tier 3 turrets in favor to Exodus. As we can see the engagement onto Chow, but the A2Z does this in game.
I mean, they got a lot of mini ways to defend. Now's another time to get caught up out of position. And I mean, currently Fast are doing a good job with that feathered airstrike, just keeping them at base. So this is exactly what I meant. With A2Z, they waited for the enemy team to engage and they went all out. And they won that counter engagement with their full skill base. And if they can do that with a full team fight, with 5 members being caught out of position by Exodus, that will be a complete 180 and can take the game into their favor.
Yeah, they should definitely be careful of this Leslie. The longer this goes on, the more damage she is going to do, especially with that range. As we do see the feathered airstrike coming in from Faza onto Hylos. But, my madness, just poking and trying to bait them out of the base.
But I have to say this, Leslie is slowly but surely getting fed. I mean, she already has, as you can see from the item builds, the Blade of Despair is already up. She's going for that second one, maybe. I might even be going for a little bit of sustain with that rose gold meteor. But good builds coming out. That Leslie is only on the 3rd item and she's already two-shotting people. It's crazy.
I mean, we need to respect it as we do see the feather dash shot coming in from Vaza, just poking A to Z. I mean, she's definitely trying to bite them out. I mean, being damage, sending them back to the base, while just keeping that pressure as we do see the next Lord will spawn up in the next 5 seconds.
Currently, how things are looking, Exodus does have a 5k gold lead in their pocket. And with the level gap being online, I don't think there's any way that HEC can contest. Use this time, maybe split, push a lane, clear a wave or two, and then get your farm actually. Black Dragon form was committed, I don't know, to zone out the enemy, and he does fall back to his base.
So Exodus, and ladies and gentlemen, wait, did I say you'll hear it from us as Exodus can take the second of the match. That was a bit excessive, but you see the engagement. So they're going to start coming in here into the base. Minnow is second down, but the Hollows unleashed the boost from Lucas's end. The loss insanity has been committed over, taking so much damage. Chow does finish off the Zetian. It's a 1-for-1 exchange.
Bro, that Chow is one-shotting people. He's one item. He's going for endless battle now. If he gets endless battle online, he will be able to be a dominance. He still has the, he doesn't have the way of the dragon open, but as you know, you can just dance around. There's a cushion into the mix. Does not land the blade. And there's the ultimate snipe coming out just to put him back. Somehow there's the Way of the Dragon onto Yuzong. He goes into the Black Dragon form. There's the Petrify being committed. He's already 1 kill down. But Madness is just outplaying everyone. Unleash the Beast onto the backline. Just zoning out, doing a little bit of damage onto that Xborg. But he gets taken down by that last insanity. That is a 2-for-2 exchange. Was it 2-for-3? But Zetin is at least back now.
Yeah, so just before the 16-minute mark, it is 5 kills advantage in favor of Exodus. Map control entirely in their favor. And while we are reaching that point where gold does not matter anymore, we will potentially be seeing that immortality items being picked up. It's definitely the way to go, especially with these team fights. I mean, team fights are quite intense. I mean, as we mentioned that, we do see Chow onto Xborg. I mean, 1 kick, and that was his Faraga. 2 skills, Faraga armor depleted, and Madness gets the kill onto Zetian. Hylos with a glorious pathway, allowing Leslie to kill off the Gushin.
One thing I would love to see from ATC is just holding out on that Black Dragon form, because they committed a bit early and then they don't have it for that massive team fight. But Madness having a great game on that booster, but with that aggressiveness he currently has, he tries to get the pick off and get away, but he can only have one of the two. So this is a chance for A2Z to come back into this exchange. Leslie doing a good job. Already have the Blade of Heptases, and the second BOG might be on the way. So they're starting to get full build, and Leslie will be the game changer. She goes for the anti-heal. Great choice there.
Yeah, I mean, that is correct. So next Lord will be up in the next 5 seconds. Exodus currently has the numbers here at the, Lord Roar. As we do see, it does spawn up. It doesn't seem like A2Z. Okay, never mind. Depending on what they do. But it doesn't seem like they want to come and contest for this Lord. John McCain and Boxy just waiting for them to walk through the jungle.
I mean, Xborg does not have the immortality online, so if it dies there, that might be game set and match. So overall, if they can get this clutch defense going another time, we've seen 2 killer defenses so far, and I mean, 3rd time's a charm. If they can defend once again, maybe even get 3 or 4 kills, they can switch out this game. But it all comes down to preservation of the skills. There's a major fight coming up, so all the spells need to be available for that.
Yeah, so we will see the next Zootopia play coming in through here as in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. As the Roar is currently flying down in the mid lane.
But this is where the engagement comes out. If they can have the patience to take this game, the Xborg, there's a feathered airstrike onto the team. They just fall back. The Glory Falls play has been committed. Children to the Great gets taken out by Kashmir. But there's the last insanity into the Fury of the Phoenix. But not enough damage. They are getting taken out one after the other. And that is already one kill. But all people low. Way of the Dragon being committed. But that is game, set, match. That is a clutch play coming out from the Roar, locking that base like the real MVP and taking down this game. This is 2-0 in the hands of Exodus.
Yeah, John McCain, just at that end with that Minoan Fury, just CCing up everyone and just allowing Exodus to finish the job and seal the deal. 2-0 in favor of Exodus. I have to say, witnessing this match and the previous match, right? Match was a bit balanced into the second match, but very much excited to see what the teams are going to do in this third and final best of 3 series between, say, Dynasty and Exodus.
Who's gonna take it? Will it be the Saints or will Exodus come through? Both teams have shown their skill in the previous 2 matches. So as you say, Scarfskankel, this is gonna be an absolute crackerjacker on the way.
I mean, the question now gets, will Saints get exodized or will we see a complete 180 turn? This is going to be a back and forth match from both teams. I mean, both are extremely, extremely good teams, well known in the community as well.
I'm gonna ask Shroomsy one question and one question only.
Yes.
What is exodize?
Exercise. Bro, Christopher, sir. I meant to say exercise.
I know.
And not the running exercise. As you see, I don't do that. I mean, like...
Exorcism.
The other that one, yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, is there some English words I don't even know about?
And admin crew, there's another clippable moment for you, and we can someone make a sticker of it.
Bro, but think about this way, all English words are made up words, so there's no right or wrong.
Yeah, true. All words everywhere are. So just hi Luke, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you with us. But Lotus, you've been blushing quietly on the side there. It's time for you to hear your voice. What are your thoughts on the match?
Well, I thought it was much better than the first match because ATZ managed to play a bit more stronger this time. They had a bit more of a gap to do so, but those Gusion plays, the Farsa plays was crazy. And then the Farsa just paired with the Minotaur, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Since that sustain from Mano, I thought he's kind of a little bit of a slept upon hero at this moment in time. I think he should be seeing more of the light of day than he actually is.
Yeah, bro, like honestly, I 100% agree. And if you look at the season change patch, he got that massive defense buff, and we are slowly but surely people still filling out the current meta. So he's seeing more play than he used to. He was one of the dark system heroes that you can only use to counter something. Otherwise, it's a bad pick. But I mean, even the pro teams pick it up. We start to pick it up here on the MSA Cup. So I think we're going to start to see more of it.
Yeah. He's got that full range of skills that we've always been talking about. Certain heroes have that, the CC capability and the heals coming through. Not so much the mobility. So that maybe is one of the factors lacking from taking him up into the S tier ranks for a roam pick. But still very, very strong. But I mean, that's the reason why we were discussing, you was talking about feeling out the new meta. It's why we were talking about that emergency update that went through. If you are at home tuning in and you wanna view and see what we had to say about that, it's right at the start of the video. We shared our thoughts on the meta picks, or well, the nerfs and buffs that happened. We'd also like to hear from you guys what you think. Thanks for the compliment, Luke. I'm glad that you like that my voice sounds like a radio presenter and my face looks like a radio presenter. So thank you for that compliment.
Yeah, all you need now is just a beard, and then you've got like the Trinity, and you will be a ladies' man through and through.
Well, speaking about stealing the show here, Skapskenkel has decided to bring the star of the show on the stream with us to just distract all the ladies and some of the gentlemen as well.
The man himself, Apollo, the dapple.
All right.
He's
So,
my sidekick. He always comes and sits on my lap with the stream. So, I mean, yeah.
well, those of you who know about the horror streams, or if you want to have some laughs for the evening, we have been laughing quite a lot, right? But if you really want to laugh, you know those belly ache ones, the ones that come from deep inside, your soul wants to exit your body, go and watch Skapskenkel's horror streams there. They are on the channel, they're on the live, they're labeled horror streams. We should just put Skapskenkel's voice there, and maybe, Shroomsy, Lotus, I don't know what you think, we can clip one of those girly screams that he told me, he promised me, he said, I will never make it, I will never do such a scream.
So, just to let everyone know, some of them are already clipped and posted onto the shorts. So, I mean, that is something I would love. I'm going to make that my new ringtone, the Scarpy's Girly Scream.
The glaze is so real in this moment. So thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And as we are going to get the next lobby ready between Saint Dynasty and Exodus, we will be back with you shortly. Stay blessed.
Like yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the of retribution.
I was gonna say something. You sound loud. But anyway, right. We're gonna go back to the stream, everybody. We are laughing, right? We're having a bit of a banter in the background, but we are. It's time to get serious. You know, serious face on now. We got a absolute cracker of a match here in Group E. We've got Saint Dynasty up against Exodus. Both teams dominant in their games leading up to this moment in time. The polls are up. They're leaning towards Saint Dynasty by 62%, so not massively in their favor yet, as I'm sure the viewers, fans for both teams will be streaming in as we are going to get ready and for action. We're going to be heading into the draft phase very, very soon. But before we do so, while we wait for the players to ready up and everything to be organized, what are your thoughts on this game?
Well, before I share my thoughts, I've got a serious question, right? And this is why I started laughing. Sorry about it. But I've been receiving a lot of dig on the chat. So I'm just trying to go and shift the focus away from me, right? After everyone has voted, I'm sure I will ask Wade to put up a poll for us to find out who will be the winner to take Lotus's heart. Will it be Get Scratch Dust Crusader or will it be Don Ryan? Let's shift this focus away from Scott's ankle. Let's get that sass. But right, listen, on a serious note, right? This last match is definitely I'm expecting a lot coming in from here. Saint Dynasty cleaning their first matchup, and Exodus also cleaning their first matchup. So both teams coming in on a high note. So how will this bombshell drop between these two teams?
Oh, bro, that is the question. I mean, I've been excited for this match since I saw the schedule last night. I was like, bro, this is going to be killer. I mean, I don't know who's going to come out top. Both teams have very strong points and their own different weaknesses. So it all comes down to who outplays who and who has a better team comp.
I agree with Shimzy there, but when I think about the first 10 Dynasty matches, if they make the same mistake that they did in their second match tonight, where they leave the enemy team to farm a bit too much, then they might lose against Exodus. But my vote right now at this moment of time is for Exodus because I love their gameplay.
Seeing that there is a poetic history, I will say Don will win Lotus's heart. Hashtag match.
All right. So I think all the teasing should be over. That was not thrown under a bus. That was thrown under a double-decker bus on top of a skyscraper and 1-2 other things. But anyway, into the draft we go.
But if I have to pick against teams no draft included, I would go for Saint Dynasty, but for two reasons only, and that is both Mimic and Moba is one of my favorite players out there, both having clutch plays, but the band's currently being very interesting. The Kadita band, that's not something you see often.
True, but we have been seeing some good Kadita plays recently in the MSA. I think it was with the Group C or Group B. But the rough waves and the ability to combo with some roamers. So it's quite deadly, but Kadita is very underrated as well.
I mean, it pairs very well if you go with like the Kalia or the Franco, the pick-off type of roamers. It works very well. And it's interesting also to see Saint Dynasty going for that Lapu band themselves as well as the Badang. So there's no Lapu misdeeds that MOBA will be showing us in this match.
But I'm also a bit scared to see his Paquito once again. That Paquito can give anybody nightmares. You will never want to walk past a bush. But Louis also getting banned out from the side of Exodus.
Yeah, I mean, Louis is a menace. She's still broken. I mean, that low ultimate of hers. The diversion plays comes in clutch, and Lance and CC also being taken out. So with that CC ban being picked up, we might see either a very sustain or even a tanky XP laner being picked up. And the Lance is just overall good stuff, I would say.
Speaking of sustainable XP, there's a Mimic going for the Uranus.
I mean, Uranus is deadly. Even after that recent buff, it was a small nerf to his
The world come to
damage
life.
output, but overall, the healing capabilities, and there is the Rafaela as well. So currently, both teams there are featuring a very, very sustainable team fight.
But this Matilda and Fredrin combo, Fredrin is a bit, he's a buff boy, but he also walks very slowly. So that Matilda just gives him that little bit of boost in the mobility side. And Matilda, in any game, is such a good hero at times.
Okay, so it seems like Mobachat is not going XP. He's not going into the jungle. He wants to suffer on the gold lane once more. So that is an Erethal being picked up in the first phase for the Dynasty. And there's the Brody, also by Benny Maru.
Moba, I do not understand why you would willingly go to the gold lane. It is one of the most difficult lanes in the entire game because everyone wants to visit you when you're not in the mood for visitors.
So you're saying you're a hermit and they are just coming to invade. It is like America's in the lobby once again. But okay, no, let's not go there. Hayabusa getting picked up from the side of Exodus.
In the banning section. So, when you say getting picked up, I was like, but they picked Fredrin. So, just had to make sure.
I had a Christopher at a moment. Like, bro, my English airtime is not on point tonight. I mean, I had the Exodus moment. I had the picking up Hayabusa moment. Like, I should just retire. I think I'm washed.
It's one day. It's one mistake. Besides, Exodus can probably exodus Dynasty.
Exactly. That's a new word. That's a new word. I'm adding that to the dictionary. If Exodus wins this match, that will be added to the Waylander dictionary. They will be able to exodus team from now on out. Lucas also gets exodused Bison Dynasty.
And Kashmir banning out the Zushin, so no butterfly lantern.
Thy lantern's light.
Will they probably be going for another bit more frontliner hero?
So I don't know. Zushin is overall irritating, and especially in the current composition that Dynasty has, Zushin would not be a bad hero just to help with a sustained team fight. They're going for a full sustained build. So they need something that will able to help in that regard. So Zushin, Zetian, something like that. A mage that has extended cooldown skills will be very, very dominant in their lineup.
True. But speaking of Zetian, it's actually interesting to see that no one has banned her out yet.
I mean, Zetian is such a love-hate relationship, and he also goes to see them. But now the question is, will Jing show us one of his other heroes, or will he once again show us, yes, show the Ludox?
Of all the heroes to ban, why Sicilian?
Bro, even after his nerf, that oak on the late game, if he gets that stacks up, he can two-shot anyone. And I mean, especially against a Zetian, they might wanted to go for the Zetian. So Zetian's counter is long-range damage and burst ability. So very, very good ban and pick coming out there. So Kashmir picking up that Zetian and Conqueror. Oh, that's why Mobo is not jungling. Master Khan himself is here. Crazy, I missed that.
I only noticed recently as well, but Jinx picking up the Valier. We don't get to see Valier as often these days, but he still packs a punch even as a mage.
I mean, Valia is a back and forth hero. You can either go either way. And I'm mad as picking up that Yuzong. So his Yuzong is quite deadly. He's currently boasting a 78% win rate on that Yuzong. And I mean, Khan is, in my opinion, the best jungler currently. He's just above Lindo, in my personal opinion. So I definitely think he's a game changer. Which draft do you favor more, Lotus?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure because you have CC, you have damage, you have AoE coming in from both sides. But I think I'd rather go for St. Dynasty's draft because they just have that sustainability, and sustainability is right now the overpowered one in this current patch.
If I look at drafts alone, I would definitely favor Exodus, but with the trio of Con, Mimic, and MOBA being there, I don't know how MOBA is going to feel on the gold lane, but it's going to be a very interesting match. But that's enough from me. The match is heading into the start, and I will be giving you over into the firm hands of Master Waylander and the sheep with the bad rugby team taste, Mr. Scarpy.
I'll let you respond there first, sure.
He had to go that way, right? The man that loves the mushrooms, but nonetheless, into the match we go. This ain't a draft. This is a psychological masterclass. So let's see how both teams does fare off against one another. I have to say, I am going for St. Dynasty in this draft phase, but nonetheless, let's see how this one does play out.
Yeah, so both teams making quick rotations here towards the XP side for a change. So a little bit different from usual. This Uranus, right? I'm not sure how they're going to be bursting him down by the side of Exodus. I suppose once that torn apart memory can come online, a lot's going to depend on the output, damage output from the Brody.
I mean, even looking at the Valir, right? Valir was a beautiful pick into this draft, especially with that guiding wings coming in from Matilda and Fredrin that needs to be all up and close and personal. That pushback coming in from Valir could well be clutch moments. So, yeah, bro, this is definitely going to be a cracker of a match.
Yeah, agreed. So, both teams making their movements across once more, just swinging around the map. As expected, we will see Khan with that faster wave clear. The river speed boost is up. Though I would say Saints don't really have that early game. It's just the one frontliner of the Uranus, right? He is super tanky though.
Well, as we do see, the Revitalize is popped from Uranus, but Uranus gets taken down as Fredrin gets the first blood onto him. Oh, Florin with a respawn on Uranus, so quick.
Yeah. That's that the Rafaela ultimate in there as we were watching. Jinx just zoning everybody away. There's Black Dragon form. It's zooming in like an airplane, jumping in, but deciding to disengage because the positioning was not right. As Uranus turns around, the fight continues. The aggression, the amount of sustain there is here. Roger, he's so low. He manages to escape. The Revitalizers in the mix. They're continuing this fight. The guiding winds pulls back that Fredrin, and it's going to be one big that 2 kills to the side of Exodus. We won to the side of St. Dynasty.
Yes, we do see Zetian's Phoenix Fury coming through, but MOBA Chad putting a lot of pressure onto this Brody. Benny Maru not having answers for MOBA Chad. I was just watching whilst that engagement continued. Erathal doing so much onto this Brody.
Erathal has that range of poker ability, but it's going to head towards slightly more dangerous waters once Brody gets that torn apart memory going, because he just needs to get enough stacks and it's going to be GG's to you.
I mean, who really survives torn apart memories? I mean, it's just what the name itself says. It's torn apart, but nonetheless, let's go. It's currently a battle in the mid lane between the mages and the roams.
Yeah, as per usual, that mid lane battle. Quick rotation coming through from Erathal, but there's the movement onto the Uranus. I don't think they have the burst yet. The Circling Eagle comes out. The control is in there. Zetian throwing out a couple of skills. They're just trying to CC him up. The Revitalize is in the mix. As oh my goodness, look at that. It's 4v1.
Yeah, he ate that Arbiter's blast from Fredrin like it was nothing, and on that Revitalize just escaping. I mean, not even 1 HP.
So, first meanwhile of the game, it's meanwhile Brody, he's in a bit of danger. There's the engagement onto him. Oh, we see the Lycan Pulse. Not even time for that Erathal with the blow up underneath the turret. But trade off here for this turtle.
I mean, this could, well, I wouldn't say this would play in favor, but I mean, first turtle of this match, or second turtle of the match did go to Exodus, as we do see Mimic trying to engage on Eye Madness onto the Yuzong.
Yeah, pushback coming from Valir, just making sure that Roger, he used the Lycan Pounce to try to escape some of the damage coming out from Matilda with that circling eagle, but managing to get to safety, the second skill from Valir, ensuring that. So this is fairly balanced off. It's a 1k gold lead in the favor of Saints at this moment in time, but it is quite balanced.
I have to agree with you, bro. I mean, look, this we do know that this is going to be, well, like a stellar performance match. It's all just going to be, and it's going to determine which team is going to get that advantage and try and get that snowball rolling in, well, the mid stages of this match.
Yeah, it's all about the control, though. Fredrin is an early game hero, so they want to put a bit more pressure, I would say. It's still quite a while for this next objective. There's Uranus once more into the front line, just forcing out all the skills he possibly can. He's getting taken down quite low. Roger, meanwhile, in the bot lane, manages to get a pick-off kill onto the Yuzong. So that was a decent trade as we're watching Roger start with that push. Nice rotation so far from the side of St. Dynasty.
As we do see the focus continues into the mid lane. Guiding Wings from Matilda was committed just to escape the clutches from St. Dynasty. But Brody is currently eating this tier 1 turret in the top lane. And that's a tier 1 taken down by both teams at the same time.
Yeah, his second skill's back in there, but Irithel, no fear, underneath the turret. Not even enough time for the torn apart memory, and the heals coming through from that Rafaela. Just healing her back up. It's like she wasn't even turret diving.
I give that lady a raise. As we do see the Guiding Wings coming in from Matilda. Oh, but the engagement on Simona Chat revitalized from Uranus has been popped. But Exodus not following up with that team fight. St. Dynasty looking to seal the deal with this third and final turtle as Roger does take it down.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I promise you, right, it's like this Rafaela is so on point with the heals. It gets so close to, as I'm saying close to, there's a Black Dragon form coming out. They managed to take down the Rafaela. I think I have stolen Skarpskenkel's curse and made it my own as the continuation of the fight is in there.
That Rafaela said, bro, I got this, and got sent to spawn in 2 seconds flat.
Oh my goodness. That rotation there from the user, definitely something special in the mid lane. They're managing to get the pick up. It is Rafaela that's keeping the team alive. But as we're watching Mimic right now, he's just causing a bunch of chaos. I mean, just storming ahead into the jungle. No care in the world on that Uranus. Roger dishing out the damage. He's got the Lyca. He's not even using it. That was just stand and deliver.
Using he's a human form, just popping. Because I mean, you know, Roger is a anti-tank hero. I mean, he does shed the health of the tank heroes. But you see the engagement onto Fredrin, but no continuation just yet. All the taunt onto Mimic. Uranus is being engaged upon by the Fredrin, but the tier 2 turret is taken down by St. Dynasty, and Fredrin is not letting this Uranus go. That's not where your focus should be, bro. Because I mean, he sustains everything.
Yeah. Saints just using this to gain the positional advantage. They are pushing in onto this mid lane turret. Second skill comes out from Valir, but the wave clear is there. Exodus, they don't want to give this out without a fight. There's the circling eagle. Knock up just onto one. Yuzong with the combination into the backline. There's the knock up. Do we see the follow up in here? Frederick, he's gonna try to sustain through this. It's Roger, however, like a bounce to safety with the kill. Oh my goodness. Interlude trying to finish it off. Mobile God on this Irithel in the backline dives. 3-for-1 exchange. Mid lane turret down. Lord up. Or as we'll wait for Skarpskenkel to do his more manlier raw than I can do.
Spawn. But I mean, Roger just starting that engagement, using the Lycan Pounce, and I feel he could have gone for the triple kill, potentially the Maniac, but NSL just coming and cleaning up just for the team. Moba Chad, GG's well played. Beautiful positioning there. But I mean, it ain't over till the cookie crumbles. Exodus could still turn the tide here. So just before the 10-minute mark, we do see a almost 6k gold lead in favor of St. Dynasty with a 5 kill advantage and the map control to their side.
Things are looking a bit dire here for the side of Exodus. St. Dynasty putting the squeeze on, pulling that 5k gold lead. But we do know the players from the side of Exodus. As I saw some of the comments in the chat, this is a pretty stacked lineup. We are watching some very experienced, very, very good players in the mix. Oh, there's Yuzong with the Petrify combination. He does manage to latch onto 2, but it's the Raphael once more, just allowing this team to sustain through everything. The shield has been popped. The Lord jumps in there, but my goodness, it's a 1-for-0 exchange.
Yeah, the anti-heal items not being really picked up by the side of Exodus. It's the same mistake that A to Z made against them. I mean, especially with this Raphael, it's only the Brody with the C helmet, but we see the engagement onto Yuzong as Roger gets the godlike kill onto Zong.
Ooh, a Fed Roger is a scary Roger. I mean, it's like, maybe like an episode of Twilight here.
Team Jacob for Lotus. Nonetheless, as we do see Exodus in the jungle trying to keep St. Dynasty just away from the tier 3 turrets, but Mobachad has got other ideas, not getting stunned up from the side of Exodus.
He's playing very fearlessly on the marksman. He knows he's got the Haas claws, right? For that extra bit of sustain. At the same time, Rafaela is just... The positioning here from Robin is next level.
As we do see the engagement. Well, there was a slight engagement. We will see St. Dynasty trying to push this tier 2 turret, the last final standing tier 2 turret. As the engagement just before the base, there's on! Clutch escapes coming in from Exodus, not allowing St. Dynasty to pick them up.
Yeah, they're just putting the pressure on Yuzong once more with the engagement. There's a taunt coming through from the Fredrin. Oh, his ult doesn't land onto anybody. Irothel, she's trying to find the angle to the back line. But there's a bit of poke damage from Zet yet. We are down to that final 10 seconds or so for the Lord. This is going to be an important 1 second Lord for the game. Could this be the angle that St. Dynasty needs to crack open that base? Or will we see the defense come out from the side of Exodus?
Or we'll see, or will come out in the next due time, as we do see the engagement from Exodus is on to St. Dynasty, but the heals are so real. Frederick got stunned up, the blood platform has been committed from Yuzong, but the lead does finish off the Frederick, and Erithel doesn't get rid of Matilda, so no escape. A double kill coming in from Erithel, but I mean, just removing Matilda, not allowing Matilda airwaves to escape the clutches from St. Dynasty, as Uranus gets the first tier 1. The tier 3 turret in favor of St. Dynasty. Will we see the game over the base? Kills down Robin with Rafaela. Oh my God.
What an ulti from Kashmir. Timed it so nice. Everybody stacked one on top of the other, and it was instant stun underneath the turret with that no minion wave, sending Rafaela back to the base. Short trip it was. No bus fare needed.
Vaping retreat Rafaela pinged the death.
Yeah. Oh, but even with that, right, the number advantage was in the side of Saints, so they still had that opportunity. Took that Lord, trying to make sure the waves are evenly synced up, because they need the waves to crash in at the same time. They're watching, judging, deciding when to get the push going. Shaw there with a bit of a camp out just to provide some vision for the team. The same with Boxy, as we are watching the pressure being placed here into the mid lane. The defense trying to come through. All the waves beautifully synced up. Uranus here into the front line. Mimic trying to bait out the skills. Irothel found the angle. Oh, but that Guiding winds keeping the Brody alive. The base could be open, could find the angle as Yellowtail turns around. Godlike again. This fight is just in the base, in the fountain. Everybody's dead. It's St. Dynasty with the W.
GG's, well played. That is Malice's curse coming in here, stating that EXO will win because I said so. Sorry, Malice. You cursed the Exodus in this first matchup, but nonetheless, GG's, well played. Don picking up an MVP 9-0-6. I mean, his team not allowing him to pick up that maniac in the end, but hey, look, GG's, well played.
Bro, but the highlight might be the MVP on Roger, but bro, that Uranus, he was unkillable. He went multiple times, 1v3, 1v4. They got a bit poke damage. He ran out and he was full health, bro. I mean, that is broken.
Ban the hero. Ban that hero. I mean, we just read the patch notes. They were like, we're gonna nerf him. He's a bit too strong. Then you see the nerf. And you're like, what nerf is this? Then you watch him and it's like, what actually went on in this update with the Uranus? It's just not right.
Well, they nerfed his damage output a bit, but other than that, bro, that oak is a walking tank. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. And MOBA Zane, bro, that Interlude performance was also outstanding. MOBA Zane might be washed, but MOBA Chad definitely not.
Well, you know, I would give my MVP of the match to Robin. The Rafaela positioning, the heals coming through. It was just absolutely clutch. That I must admit. In Dynasty, the early part of the exchange, a bit cagey between the two teams. Could have went one way, could have went the other. It was just once it hit towards that latter part of the early game, Saints just put foot on accelerator. Once they got the snowball going, they got the bit between their teeth, there was no stopping them.
I mean, just to add to that, right? Especially talking about the Rafaela, right? In the previous match that we saw with the Angela into the mix, my question is, why are people not focusing the anti-heals? I mean, just to slow that healing capacity down, why, even if it's just a bit. I mean, there's Revitalize and the Rafaela. Why won't you prio anti-heal?
Yeah, there was a double Revitalize. Uranus also had Revitalize. So it was Revitalize, Rafaela. Who's going to die here? That's like an immortal combination. We will live forever. But anyway, into the drafting phase we go. I'm sure you're tired of listening to us fanboy over certain players and certain picks. But anyway, into the drafting we're going to go.
The question now lies, Lotus, what do you think about the game? I know you are quiet and blushing there, but I want to hear your opinion.
Well, I thought the game was actually pretty well, but what I loved seeing the most was those Zetian ultimates, the Fear of the Phoenix. The way she timed it when everyone from St. Dynasty was just stacked on each other. It would have been deadly if one of her teammates, the damaged teammates, could have followed up. And maybe even changed the course of the game.
I mean, definitely it was a very good early game performance from the side of St. Dynasty. If Exodus could have survived a little bit longer, they needed that Brody to come online. I saw Skypiercer being picked up, but you know how I feel about Skypiercer. He was 1-3, and then the Skypiercer doesn't mean too much, but as soon as that Brody got stacked, he would have changed the game because he was the main damage dealer in that regard.
Let's go.
But something that definitely could have helped Exodus was, like Scarp said, anti-heal people. Look at the items and think anti-heal, please.
Bro, like I understand it's not the general build path, but anti-heal first item is not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. You can throw it on the Yuzong. Exactly. If you see a Rainer's, bro, anti-heal first item, instantly.
But I do know some players struggle with, if I pick up anti-heal, what item should I sacrifice for this anti-heal? Some people do struggle with that decision.
But that all comes down to
Live and learn.
experience. But as you say, live and learn, and they did learn. Uranus gets banned out by Exodus, along with Irathel and Hayabusa. So already 2 respect bans coming out. Well deserved.
Well, I mean, that Aerithal was such a big problem. And to be honest, that Aerithal, Mobochat's Aerithal was fearless. Power diving, yeah, not something you see every day.
Bro, his positioning was also on point, along with Robin, because Robin was just able to sustain his team so much. And so Dynasty sticking with more or less the same bans, Lapu, Kadita, and the Glue getting banned out. So it seems like they definitely have a set mind. Tunnel vision is up and running. They want to take this dub. But will Exodus give them the chance to take a 2-0, or will they show us why they are one of the top squads in the Southern African region?
Well, my guess is they do know they have to win this match if they want to go into the sudden death round. But they're good enough to be able to go into that sudden death round. They just have to get the anti-heal.
Bro, it's very good. And it already starts up to a very good time. With Kashmir picking up that Lu Yi. A very, very, very good hero if you have the correct draft to pair with that.
That is true. But Conqueror once again on that Lancelot. If I remember correctly, I've seen his Lancelot, and it's pretty dangerous. I think it's more dangerous than the Roger. So.
I mean, his Lance and his Hayabusa is very deadly. I mean, Ron is also one of the few heroes that goes for the tank a lot build. So where he goes like with I've seen him go for Thunderbelt first item on a Lance. So you sacrifice early game damage a bit, but then that oak is unkillable. Mobochat following up also with the Granger, so they have a lot of mobility and chase potential, as well as burst going for their favor.
And Boxy going for the Kaja and Bennymore for the Clint. I'm surprised he didn't go rather for the Brody to just counter that Granger, but let's see.
That's interesting. We also, the Aerith is still available, but I mean, Clint is susceptible to be dived. So Clint's not a bad pick into a Granger. I mean, you have the burst ability, but it all comes down to placement. If you get caught out of position, whoever fires first wins the trade. If Clint gets that first kill of his down, he wins. If Granger gets that rapid fire out, he wins. So it's a very skilled matchup, and I love to see this Kaja. Kaja is a hero you don't see at all. We saw him. Kyrie actually jungled the Kaja. So I mean, that slash plays that Kaja can change the course, especially when you go into a Lancelot as well.
Yes, but Kaja jungle, I think only Kyrie can do that. Like you said, PC and Phobia is also getting banned. But on the topic earlier about the Clint versus the Granger, Granger did get that nerf where his movement speed while firing did slow down a bit, so maybe the Clint can have a little advantage in that. And every little advantage can make a difference.
True. I mean, I didn't even think of that. I mean, that makes a massive difference to the burst ability onto the Granger. And they have a lot of stacked combinations. So if Granger's positioning, if MOBA doesn't position well, he can get bursted very, very easily. And the Spars are being also picked up for the side of St. Dynasty. It looks like they're going for a very burst ability team fight. So each one of those members can 1v1 as well as team fight and burst enemies down. So we would like to see maybe a Minotaur or something like that being picked up by Robin.
True. I'm also curious about what Mimic will go for in the X-Variant. I mean, the Uranus is banned, the Lapu Lapu is banned. Who would he then go for? He or she?
It's probably Arlot. Yeah, he's a crack Arlot player. So yeah, there goes the Arlot as he picks it up. I mean, his Arlot is crazy. I've lost so many times against that Arlord that I still have PTSD.
Do you need a therapist?
I think I might be I need a therapist. And it looks like I'm faring very well with Naruto because he also needed a therapist as Lucas gets picked up. It's been a while since we saw the Lucas, eh?
Yes. But didn't we see him just a little bit earlier? I think it was St. Dynasty versus Unite K9. The Farsight saving that Lucas the whole time beautifully. But Suya getting picked by Shaw.
Sha! I mean, very good hero pick. I mean, he has this capability you need onto the jungle. And then Robert is showing us the Minotaur. So, as I said, that would be a very good pick to go into their own lineup. It pairs very well with each and every hero, especially with that Arlord. So, they get slowed, they get knocked up, he can just stand in the backline, final slash, and then get sent back to Shanghai.
I'm just worried about one thing. Seeing that Minotaur gets a lot more love these days, one day Moonton is gonna see it and nerf him again.
What I think is going to happen is they're going to see Minotaur's OP, so let's nerf 1-1 again. But it's 8 seconds before the next match starts up, and the question now beckons is which team will take it? Will it be a 2-0 sweep in the hands of St. Dynasty, or will Exodus make the comeback of the century and show us what that Naruto skins are made of? But that question lies with our duo casters. That is Waylander, the uncle of the channel, and Mr. Scarpskenkel, that is the wannabe Viking. Let's go! What is your pick?
Well, it's going to be a tough one, I must admit. I am liking both the drafts here. There's some good counter picks. So it's going to come down to execution, as per usual.
That is true, bro. I'm just currently just processing all these dishes that Shrimsy is trying to exercise here on me. But well, you button, welcome back, you beautiful button smashers. So whether or not you're cheering, or just here for the chaos, welcome to Waylander Gaming, baby. Let's get this match started. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
As we enter this match once more, poke damage coming out. Oh, look how much damage he's on the Cashmere. He's gonna have to recall. Is he gonna go for the recall? He does have that heals coming through here, just enough to stick around. But once again, this Jinx Robin combination in the early game, super deadly.
My question, right, is are they going to pick up the anti-heal for the Mono and his heals as Boxy with Kaja just trying to pull them out of position?
Yes, Kaja, he's gonna have to. There'll be a little bit of a delay right before he really comes online. He needs that divine judgment in order to really come online. Once again, we are watching Saints with this XP lane rotation. I don't know how much of the MSC you've been watching or following. That's been the staple rotation there. They've got this new counter to the counter jungle style of rotation going.
I mean, just imagine counter jungle, bro. I mean, the first hurdle of this match is up in the next 10 seconds. St. Dynasty currently in a beautiful position here. Oh, as we do see the engagement onto Boxy. Will Lancelot be able to close it here as the engagement does continue? But no avail just yet.
Yeah, so Boxy, he went in there, tried to get the bit of poke damage. Nice second skill coming out from Conqueror, avoiding that damage. As we watch the Suyu not getting his buff, because the start is in there. It's going to be the feathered airstrike, zoning everybody away. Lucas once more into the backline over Shaw. He manages to get the retribution. Lucas pops the vengeance, wants to continue with his fight, but Harlot with the first blood out to Boxy there on the concha.
I did love seeing an Arlord, and well, like as soon as you said, we're going to be blessed with the best with Mimic on the Arnold. So first blood going to the side of Saint Dynasty, and you just clutch victory the first turtle of this match. I mean, look, that is just before the 3-minute mark. Gold is still fairly even.
Yeah. So it was an even trade-off. I mean, you get the turtle, you lose the first blood. Gold is going to be fairly even. Quick rotations, as would be expected from a Vasa, as they use the diversion play from Nului to get towards the mid lane. She's going to try to put a bit of pressure. The team is in position. They're going to try to keep Benny Maru a bit safe here so that they can get a little bit more control. So slowing the game down, Exodus, and working in their favor.
As we do see, Exodus is currently coming here on, trying to get this engagement onto Mlbb with the Granger. Will Mlbb be able to clutch this Exodus onslaught that seems like will be going down onto him?
Here, Flicker coming through from Baxia. He's getting a lot of poke damage in return. There's the feathered airstrike. Oh, but he manages to escape. Yin-Yang combination forcing the minnow back as well. I was watching him in the corner of my eye with that wraparound play. But at the same time, we do see that XP lane is being pressured once more.
This is going to be a very hard time for the Lucas if this pressure is going to continue on him, as we do see Arlo does clear that minion wave and conquer it with another successful jungle invade onto the lizard.
Yeah. So there's the engagement. Final Flash comes out with the Petrify full combination as it's once more Arlot. He seems to have it in for this Kaja.
So both kills going to Arlot in this match so far. I mean, we're looking at a very early game lead potentially building up here for Saint Dynasty.
Yeah, that was and that's the thing, when you rotate towards the XP lane, especially in the early part of the game, it gives you that advantage around these neutral objectives. It also allows your XP laner to get into position. Oh, there's going to be the diversion play onto the Arlot, but he's sustaining through everything. Will he be able to turn around and do anything else? No, he's just saying to hightail it out of there, as Kaja is like, I need to get some revenge. I've got the Divine Judgment. I'm going to go in. Do I land it? He's going to try to get it. Will you get the hook off into the turret? Arlot, final slash. Artichu, somehow, he's surviving through everything. What is this madness?
You can coach that, bro. That's just raw instinct coming in from Arlot, bro. But I mean, look, it's a 5.5 minute mark. First tier 1 target, the second tier 1 target is taken down by Saint Dynasty. They are looking to put the wheels onto the trolley very shortly as Mlbb does take down the lethal.
Oh, whoa. Seizing the opportunity of two players rotating towards the XP lane, the amount of pressure that's being placed here by Arlot on this XP lane allowed Saint Dynasty to very cleverly take down 2 turrets in quick succession. So, it's only the one in the XP lane still standing, as Robin scouting out here around the blue buff with this mid lane turret down. It's going to open the map up, as there's the engagement onto the Lucas. Hits that beast form. There's the final slash onto True. We see the follow-up. Minoan Fury comes out. They're piling in the damage here. It's a 3-for-0 exchange in the favor of Saints. As Jinx on that Fasa decided to go in bird form. Was a bit aggressive there, but no real target available, so had to stop it.
Yeah, bro, but I mean, just before the 7-minute mark, the third and final turtle has spawned up. It's currently a 4.6k gold lead in favor of Saint Dynasty. Saint Dynasty putting on a psychological masterclass here. I mean, just with their positioning and their rotations. I mean, as we do see the engagement from Arlot onto Kaja. But I mean, okay, never mind. Why did I say that? Mimic with the Arlot currently go to 3-0-4.
Yeah, so this should be second turtle secured for the side of Saint Dynasty. They are really stepping it up. This is 8-0 right now. As you were saying, gold lead's quite high. There's a Minoan Fury underneath the turret. They're waiting for the full combination through the final slash. Beautifully done. Pulling Kaja out of the turret. I'm thinking this is personal here between Mimic and Baxia.
Poor Baxia, bro. poor Boxy, but I mean, Arlott, when he gets that final slash, and I mean, if he's got like 3 of those second skill stacks on you, bro, I mean, I'm sorry, there's a lot of impact that's going to come through from his second skill, that dash. It's pretty much like Ultra Instinct.
Oh, Arlott dashing through once more. Will he get caught out? There's the Divine Judgment. Finally. Oh, it was the Lance. Finally, they managed to get that pickup with these annoying dash heroes who are just zinging away.
As you use a Shroomsy's reference, zing, zing, zing! Nonetheless.
We'll use Shroomsy's reference and Lotus will blush. It's like a 2-for-1 combo.
Oh, bro. I mean, yeah.
So it's just under 50 seconds to the next objective. Right now, Saints in pole position to take this. Minnow frontlining once more. He's not scared. Oh, there's a flicker. Minnow and Fury into the backline. Sets up to everybody. But it's a feathered airstrike coming through from Nafasa as they get one kill down. It's Kashmir sent back to the base as we head towards this first Lord of the game.
I mean, look, I'm going to have to give credit to Jinx. Oh, as you see, Arlott hunting Boxy once more. Kaja. Bro. Oh.
I mean, as an overall strategy, making sure that the Arlott takes out the Kaja is gonna allow, as we see the engagement here, why madness, almost taking down Conqueror. It's gonna force him to recall with the Lord being up, but it's a very good strategy to make sure that Divine Judgment is not gonna be in play. Oh, but the diversion play into the mix, but Granger, he's got so much damage, he's dishing it all out, so you're trying to avoid it, but the Death Sonatas on a point.
The double kill getting picked up by Granger, bro. As the same Dynasty opts out to continue this Lord battle.
Yeah, they were just waiting for Lancelot to just get a little bit of help. As we all know, the blue buff does give you that bit of sustainability in terms of when you take a minion, it gives you a little bit of extra health recovery. As you can see, once the red tree lands, Lance healed back up to half health from what he was.
But I mean, Minnow's heals also coming in clutch. No anti-heal just yet for the side of Exodus.
Yeah. So just get the bulls up and running. Ooh, the jungle invade non-stop at this moment in time. It's 13-2 in the favor of Saint Dynasty. They've got the Lord battling down the bot lane as they will try to sync up the waves, lock onto a couple of tier 2 turrets, potentially a tier 3, though the shields are still up at this moment in time.
Oh, we do see the feathered airstrike coming in from Jinx. Beautiful positioning from Faza. But we do see, Robin trying to get that mana in theory onto Exodus, but not getting it set yet. Just trying to get this roar onto the tier 3 turret, as we do see Lancelot currently gets a double kill onto Suyu and Lucas.
2v1, Lance coming out on top. The heals right now are going to be fairly unstoppable. Minotaur's picked up the Oracle and Flask of Oasis combo. Oh, there's the Zing Zing coming through. Second skill. Oh, not enough to get out. The final slash into the backline. As once more, it's Mimic taking out Boxy.
Once more. I mean, this is very personal. I think we should message Mimic afterwards and ask him what Kaja beating in previous matches.
I don't know. But anyway, it's like I said, it's a strategy. I'm sure Saints would have discussed it. You get the Arlott to take out the Kaja. Kaja's Divine Judgment is going to be a very problematic skill, especially with this many mobility heroes, like your Granger, like your Lance. I mean, he was picked up as a hard counter to the Lancelot, but if he's not on the field, he can't land that ultimate.
Well, bro, that's true. I mean, we do see the chat saying Kaja better get. Well, no, I mean, Minnow counters the sets, but nonetheless, bro, I mean, we are approaching that 12.5 minute mark. Saint Dynasty currently dominating this match with that 8k gold lead and as well as a 13 kill advantage.
But I will say this for the side of Exodus, right? They've got that diversion play available for them. It's not going to be the easiest, even though they've got the map control. St. Dynasty do have the map control. It's not going to be the easiest thing to just secure objectives. That diversion play can really be a game changer. I mean, it's one of the most broken ultimates in the game.
I have to agree with you there, bro. I honestly have to agree with you. But both teams, guys, are just waiting for one another just to show faith. I mean, St. Dynasty is setting up for this next roar that has spawned up.
Yeah, Robin in a beautiful scouting position here. Will be scouted out himself, as I'm sure Exodus do know he's in there. The zoning will begin. They really need this is the diversion play we were talking about. Can they drag them all the way to the backline? It's Lucas. He wants to go into the engagement. The final slash comes through. The feathered airstrike. There's Winnow with the Winnow and Fury. The knockup is in here, but it's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. Akaja trying to get towards that Granger. Lance, he's so low. They managed to take down the Akaja. They take down everybody. It's a full team wipe. The wave is pushing in here. Will we see the end come through? The minion wave has spawned. They've got about 15 seconds before anybody's gonna respawn. Make that less than 10, but this should be it. Game, set, match. I'm calling it. Are they gonna... Wow, I was hoping they weren't gonna do those recall spam things. It's just gonna make me look like an absolute idiot.
Well, at least they didn't make you look like an absolute idiot. But GG's well played. St. Dynasty, wow, on fire tonight, bro. I mean, what can I say further from that, bro? I mean, yo.
Absolutely insane.
I mean, there's synergy, and then there was what St. Dynasty did tonight. It's chaos with good intentions for their team.
It's a crazy game. But one thing I have to mention there, this Lancelot did not have a lack of time. He was so scared of that divine judgment. He was playing Farming Simulator up until 10.5 minutes when he got his first score on the board. But nonetheless, well played to St. Dynasty, taking that great dub 2-0.
Yeah,
Lotus, any thoughts?
I'm upset that Exodus lost because they could have won. They seriously could have won. But I'm sure that Baxia is wondering about Mick. Who hurt you?
that was a very, very personal battle there between the two. I'm not sure what happened in this life, or maybe a previous life. Who knows? But that was coming back from like ancient history or something. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can explain to us what was happening. But it's St. Dynasty with a 2-0 clean sweep. So sitting comfortably top of the log with 2 victories under their belt. We will see them tomorrow with their third and final game. And it's going to be all about position right now for them. So are they going to finish first? Are they going to finish second? So their third game is not going to be like a dead rubber, shall we say. It does matter in terms of where you place yourself, because that's going to affect the draw phases, I suppose, in the next round.
It should definitely, I mean, bro. But I mean, look at all the teams currently sitting in top position in the matches that we have featured, bro. I mean, draw, the next phase is definitely going to be... My mind is already blown, bro. And I mean, we're only in day 1 of Group E. Like you mentioned yesterday, we're in the halfway mark. We've got all the way to go up until the Group H. So, I mean, there's going to be some strong teams facing off against one another.
By the time we get to Group H, we've got about a week of action in the group stages left. And then we will know which teams will be going through. We'll have those draws up and ready for everybody, because we are heading towards the tail end of the competition at this moment in time. We've passed the halfway mark. We're heading on. It's just Group E to finish off tomorrow, and then we've got F, G, and H. That's just 6 days of play left. That'll take us all the way to Sunday next week. So I'm sure you viewers at home will be buckled in for an exciting ride. But my goodness, what a performance from Saints.
Now, my question is to you guys. Looking at this Saints performance so far in this stages, who would you put the overall MVP of the evening on? So, is it going to be MOBA? Are we going to see Mimic, Robin? Who would you give the MVP of St. Dynasty to if you look at both matches?
I'd have to go for Mimic across the two games. Personally, I'd have to go for Mimic.
I think I'd vote Robin.
You want to put us in a swing vote here. Shrimsy?
Nah, I will be the deciding factor. I want to hear Scarpy's opinion.
MOBA Chad, bro. MOBA Chad.
Okay, so that's a 1-for-1 between Mimic, MOBA, and Robin. And honestly, I love you, MOBA. Robin is great, but bro, Mimic is cracked. I would give the vote to Mimic.
You'll see MOBA Chad hating on Shrimsy in the general chat very shortly.
He's
But
going to PM me now and saying, "What the hell, bro? What you doing?"
But yeah, what an evening. I mean, this is Saturday night. This was fun, I have to say. I have to agree. But on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And we will be back with you all again tomorrow night with the day 2 of Group E's stages. And wait, Shrimsy, Lotus, hit us off. Not literally, dumbass.
Ban Shawnee said a naughty word, but nonetheless, GG's to all the teams that did feature tonight. I have to say, I'm impressed with everyone's performances. There was a lot of one-sided matches, but I mean, all the teams played beautifully. Unfortunately, needs to be someone that goes through and someone that needs to fall out. But don't forget, we still love you.
And even to the teams that lost in the one-sided matches, even though some of the matchups were a bit unfair, the fact that they played so well against these better or stronger or more experienced teams, that shows that you have potential and that you shouldn't give up just yet.
To echo Shroomsy's sentiment, in every game there must be a winner, there must be a loser. There's no drawing in this particular type of game, this style. So these squads have been around for a long time. We got to see some of the newer teams as well, like Unite K9, for instance. I was loving their drafts, to be honest. I really enjoyed the way they were drafting. They will, like every team, you play together long enough. This 5-man scene here in South Africa, or Southern Africa, shall I say, because it's not just the one country that's around here, although we are quite a big country in terms of geography. For those of you who are checking map sizes, you can go and check. Maybe I made a mistake, which is the biggest country or not. Geography is not my strong point, I would like to admit. But this 5-man scene is not going to be going away anytime soon. We will have this up and running. You'll get to see your favorite players, your favorite teams, and maybe you even get to pick a favorite caster too. Who knows? We'll maybe make a competition between the forecasters as to who is going to say the most iconic line of the MSA. I'm going to give them some homework, a challenge.
But there is one iconic line. When I was going through some of the previous streams, there's one thing that every single one of us says, and it is, that is true.
Lotus, so Lotus, to just switch this one up and give you the reverse Uno card, right? Between myself, we've changed it up because we've been subconsciously set on that word after he mentioned it the other night on our intro. But well, the sound bombed out, but nonetheless, that is correct.
Yeah. So, well, on that high note, I think we can take a pause for the cause, as they say in the rock and roll world. And we will be seeing all of you tomorrow night. Stay safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday evening. And Be blessed. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe.